live here on the San Francisco 49ers Report because San Francisco, late on a Thursday night, has pulled off a stunner. They have traded for running back Christian McCaffrey, and that's why we got to break it down. Whether you like it, whether you don't, we're going to be here for a while talking about this because this sends ripple effects across the National Football League because this is a monumental deal for a plethora of reasons. Christian McCaffrey, who went to Stanford, who Kyle Shanahan babysat when his father Mike Shanahan coached with the Denver Broncos and coached Christian McCaffrey's father, has already been in touch with Christian McCaffrey. He is going to fly to Santa Clara tomorrow. He is expected to play on Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs. As for the trade details, it is a large and hefty package, and the Los Angeles Rams are actually included in this acquisition. San Francisco receiving Christian McCaffrey, the Panthers receiving a second-round pick in 2023, a third-round pick in 2023, a fourth-round pick in next year's draft, and a fifth-round pick in 2024. Now, keep in mind that while this is a large package for a running back, a position that often gets hurt under Kyle Shanahan, a player who in 2020 and 2021 was often injured, albeit being a very special player, San Francisco does have 2 third-round picks because of one of those comp picks, because of the minority hire of Mike McDaniel with the Miami Dolphins. So San Francisco receiving one of the more dynamic players in the National Football League in Christian McCaffrey to really add, bulk up, and add an element of juice to an offense that has really been middle of the pack all throughout this year to borderline unbearable and very difficult to watch. Christian McCaffrey is a player who can run the football in between the tackles, but also has that dangerous speed to get out around the perimeter toward that sideline. But also, he thrives and he flourishes catching the ball out of the backfield, but he can also be a wide receiver out of the slot as well. Christian McCaffrey is a very unique weapon, and now he joins forces alongside Deebo Samuel, alongside George Kittle, and Brandon Ayuk with the team that is continuing to get healthy. This will make Jimmy Garoppolo's job easier, both as a thrower, but also this is expected to add a different dimension and a level of creativity that this Niners offense hasn't had at that running back position. So I want to hear from you right now in the comment section. If you're on the East Coast, we're approaching midnight. If you're on the West Coast, it's still late, but we're still providing for the people because this is what we do. And if I'm looking a little flushed right now, I live about 0.7 miles from the Chat Sports studios. I was doing some crunches, watching the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary. I'm on the final episode there. My phone starts blowing up. My coworkers are calling me. Then I look at my phone and I'm like, oh shit, the 49ers have traded for Christian McCaffrey. I sprinted here to be live for the people. So your one-word reaction to the CMC trade as Run CMC headed back up to Northern California. I want to hear from you right now because I'm sure a lot of people are really Jekyll and Hyde in terms of how they're feeling. A lot of people like it, 89% of the votes on our live poll. Some people don't. It is, no doubt, a hefty package for a running back, a position that I've called expendable, but I've warmed up to the idea over time because San Francisco's Super Bowl window is alive and well right now. So who cares about the draft picks? San Francisco does a great job of drafting very good players in the middle to late rounds. Go all in, push your poker chips to the middle of the table, try to make a run for a Super Bowl right now, and then worry about the rest later. If there's one thing that you can be proud of this organization for, it is them being aggressive, them believing in this team, thinking that they do have a chance. And remember, the 49ers are playing inside the NFC West. They are currently in first place in that division, and if you win that division, you win a playoff game, and we know this team is very dangerous when it comes down to January and March football. So I'm looking at the comment section here. Mr. Macho, George Peterson, Andrew Brooks, Big K, Ellis 10, Jonathan Lloyd, Truth Told Not, Ray Sanchez is also here, Ryan Oaten is also hanging out with us. Look, a lot of you are familiar faces, so I appreciate all of you for tuning in, and no matter where you are or how you're watching, I greatly appreciate your support of the channel. If you're new to the show, we push out videos every single day on the San Francisco 49ers, news, rumors, analysis, live shows, breaking news, watch parties, where 50 to 100,000 people join us. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into giving you the best Niners coverage. If you want to stay in the know with all things Niners, and if you want a guy who is going to run to the studio to talk about this stuff, then hit that red subscribe button right now. So here are the trade details here, and then we'll start running through some of these super chats. If you want to get those super chats in, hey, I got some beers here. I'm always down to party as well. The 49ers receiving Christian McCaffrey. In exchange, the Panthers get a second, third, and fourth round pick in 2023 and a fifth round pick in 2024. I was seeing some reports that the Los Angeles Rams are also included in this trade. That's what I believe to be true, but of course we're breaking this down as soon as this news comes in, and it's a very fluid situation. So let me pivot back over to the comment section to see what some of the people are saying here, and I'll give you all some shout-outs. Of course, we're going to be breaking down this move in full. I see it's viral. Too many people worried about the picks. The draft is the Super Bowl. Exactly, I agree. Look, at some point, you have to be aggressive. At some point, you have to go all in, and that's what the Niners are doing here. Nova, Dennis, Kyle better make it work. Yeah, the pressure is on Kyle Shanahan to make it work. And in case you're just joining us, Kyle Shanahan used to babysit Christian McCaffrey way back in the day when his pops, Ed McCaffrey, played for Kyle's father, Mike Shanahan, with the Denver Broncos. More super chats coming in. We're going to get those up on the screen here momentarily. Alex Escalante. Our team is set for the next 3 years. You make a good point there, Alex, because this is not just a move for 2022. This is a move projecting forward as well. Christian McCaffrey is under contract for the next couple of years. So you don't make this move putting your poker chips to the middle of the table for just this year. Christian McCaffrey is under contract for the next couple of years. Now, it does come with a little bit of baggage and some concerns because McCaffrey, after having a historic 2018 and 19 season in which he was just so dynamic and set records as a running back and as a wide receiver, was banged up in 2020 as well as 2021. He played 10 combined games. On top of that, he's very expensive. So this year, the Carolina Panthers have pretty much eaten a lot of that salary. It's a cap hit of $8.7 million. Next year, though, in 2023, it's a cap hit of $19.5, followed by $19.5, and then in 2025, he has a cap hit of $15.5 million. There is a potential out in 2023, but the dead cap hit, it isn't even worth it at that juncture. 3 years, $39 million is the overall dead cap hit if the 49ers wanted to get out of this deal. So it would be cost prohibitive for San Francisco to try to move on after 1 year. You look at the contract figures here. Like I said, Carolina has pretty much eaten a lot of that salary this year. $8.7 million. And I am not a proponent of paying running backs big money, but you can look at Christian McCaffrey as somewhat of a different type of player. I look at Christian McCaffrey more as a weapon and less as a running back because he's so terrific catching the football out of the backfield, but also out of the slot. And I'm seeing some reports right now. He's going to fly to Santa Clara tomorrow. He is expected to play against the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday, and there is expected to be a red zone package ready for him against KC. Now, even if the 49ers don't beat the Kansas City Chiefs, you're making this move so that you can involve and incorporate Christian McCaffrey in this offense from here on out until the end of the 2022 regular season. And the 49ers have a golden opportunity to yet again make a playoff push, to win the NFC West. And in bringing in Christian McCaffrey, I believe it just adds this level of juice, this level of excitement, and a level of explosiveness to this offense that this team has not had. Now, yes, they've had Deebo Samuel, and they have had Brandon Ayuk. They have George Kittle. Trent Williams is expected to come back here on Sunday to play against the Kansas City Chiefs. He's the best left tackle in the game. But now you can move Deebo Samuel more out to wide receiver, and he can play primarily there. Why I also like it, Deebo Samuel doesn't have to take the hits on his body, but when you do use him in the backfield now, it is going to be less predictable because now you could put Christian McCaffrey back there as well or have McCaffrey operate out of the slot. Let's start getting through your super chats here. Andrew Lucero gave up a lot. Better be a Super Bowl win. Well, you make this move in hopes that this helps propel you to a Super Bowl championship. And at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to be aggressive. And I do give props to San Francisco for being aggressive. Let's just hope that Christian McCaffrey is able to stay healthy. Mr. Macho 12 with the $2 super chat. Bro, let's go. CMC is a beast. He's a really good player. There's no question about that. We'll break down some numbers here coming up. Matthew Peterson with the $2 super chat. Petey, watching from Javier's. What's better, CMC or top-notch cigars? 49er Super Bowl right now. Petey invited me to go to Javier's to take down some cigars, and I wanted to really badly. Well, things happen for a reason, my guy Petey. Coop, Shay, what up? Everybody watching from Javier's. Great spot here in Dallas. Steve with the $5 super chat. Let's effing go. I'm excited for this. Do you think giving all of our picks away is worth it? Love watching your show. I think it's worth it just for the thought of San Francisco trying to compete for a Super Bowl right now. I mean, imagine if they don't make this deal. Is the offense going to improve? No, probably not. The offense is probably still in the middle of the pack in the National Football League, and they've relied too heavily on what I believe is the league's best defense. But at some point, the offense has to bail the defense out and has to really lend a helping hand to the defense. And Christian McCaffrey will certainly help do that by scoring points, by wasting clock, by coming through with explosive plays, milking drives, winning time of possession. All of that obviously very, very important. Shay, wish you were at Javier's right now. I wish I was too, but if I was there, I would have had to come here anyway. And luckily, I was at my apartment 0.7 miles away, and I was able to sprint here. Very fast. George Peterson, $2 super chat. Thank you so much for your donation, George. I know you've been a big supporter of everything that we do. Skullhead80, $2 super chat. Money on a new conditioning staff instead. Yeah, that would be ideal. Kyle Shanahan, when he came in 2017, he had fired the conditioning coach that had been there for 8 to 10 years, and since then, it's been a revolving door and so many injuries. Now, a lot of people have been asking for San Francisco to change their surface on their practice field. That's not the problem. They play on a grass surface. You don't want to practice on turf. Really, I think it just comes down to the 49ers playing a physical brand of football. And I did see an interview and a clip today from Jaquaski Tart. I think he was on with Vish is where I saw it, and he just said, there's a difference between how the 49ers operate in terms of their physicality and the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, the Eagles run some difficult camps, but they have more time off, whereas San Francisco, they kind of preach that physical style, and that's why the Niners right now last in the league in injuries. That's why every single year under Kyle Shanahan, they've been top 10 in injury rate. Words of wisdom, $5 super chat. Can we call him Speedy Gringo Zales? Welcome home to another McCaffrey. What'd you say, Chugs? Gringo Gonzalez. What reference is that? Oh, okay, like Speedy Gonzalez. I like it. Hey, the Northern Cal kid is coming back to NorCal. Mauro Ortiz with the $5 super chat. Need to upgrade that offensive line to take advantage of CMC. Well, Mauro, you know what's going to really help? Trent Williams coming back. Aaron Banks hasn't given up a sack this year. Jake Brendel sucks. We have said that all year long. We said that leading up to the season. He's not good. On that deep play that Jimmy Garoppolo last week hit Brandon Ayuk, little toe drag swag. It was a great deep ball. Jake Brendel got bowled over, and he got called for a penalty. And that's the type of play that could have changed the complexion of the game. Right guard Spencer Burford, I like him. Mike McGlinchey, he's a pretty average right tackle. Black Boy 108, what up, Blackie? I think we need other things than running back right now, and plus he's injury prone. But he's been healthy this year. Him and Nick Chubb, the only two players in the NFL to have 5 games of at least 100 scrimmage yards or more. So Christian McCaffrey this year has been a productive back. In 2021, 2020, he combined to play 10 total games. But in 2018 and 2019, this dude absolutely was a very, very special player. Rashard Lee, Debo, Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, run CMC. Who's going to stop that? Jimmy Garoppolo, maybe? Jimmy Garoppolo might be the only person who can stop this offense. The defense is great at all levels. Defensive line, linebacker, even in the secondary now. I know Emmanuel Mosley's down. We'll see what happens with Charvarius Ward this week. I'm sure he really wants to go up against his former team, but at least Jimmy Ward comes back. Talanoa Hufanga did practice today. That's a good sign as he's in concussion protocol. Really, the offense has been the blemish of this 49ers team up to this point. The defense has been fantastic. The offense has been stagnant. Hopefully Run CMC can help in regards to that. Dave Zobel Jr. with a $10 super chat. If we could push this here, Chugs. Chase, I love the deal. Scared and excited at the same time. Hope this doesn't hurt Bosa's extension. Keep up the good work. Dave, you're a real one, man. You're always tuned into all of our shows. I do greatly appreciate that. And I kind of share your feelings, Dave. Like, I'm scared, I'm also really, really excited because you saw what Christian McCaffrey can do, still in the NFL. Guy's 26 years old. I look at him as more of a weapon and less as a running back. But yes, I'm scared, no doubt, because he played 10 combined games in the 2 previous years prior to 2022. Robert, let's grab OBJ2 at this point. We need this offense to start rolling already. I don't know if you got to bring in OBJ. I mean, shoot, Odell Beckham Jr. on this team too would really be exciting, and maybe he'd be convinced to come here because he understands that San Francisco now has a Super Bowl-ready roster offensively. They already have a Super Bowl-ready roster defensively, but they needed this punch on the offensive side of the football. Hopefully Christian McCaffrey is the missing component and the missing ingredient of what the 49ers have been lacking. Bryant Cowart, what up, man? Hey, bro. What's good, bro? This is awesome. It is time to go all in. I love this. And that's what the 49ers are doing. And look, don't you want an organization that goes all in? Don't you want an organization to be aggressive? Don't you want an organization that's invested and willing to spend? I mean, shoot, there are so many professional sports organizations who would never do something like this. And the 49ers, they did it. Hopefully it works to their benefit. 16 bar king. You got some bars, king? If that's the case, hey, let's go. Spit some bars here. You might be ripped there too. Swole. I ran here. Hey, let's run some miles, my guy. Marco Guzman, 22 for number 22. LFG, Super Bowl bound. You know what's interesting, though? I don't know if Christian McCaffrey is going to be able to wear number 22 because Jeff Wilson's wearing number 22. So I wonder what number Christian McCaffrey is going to get, or could he maybe make a deal? 2? I don't think anybody's wearing 2 on the roster. No, nobody's wearing 2. Jeff Wilson's wearing number 22, though. Give Jeff Wilson some dough. Hey, I need my jersey number back, homie. Victor, 5 spot. Blake Bortles 2.0 has got to go from this team. Ooh, that's some shade to Jimmy Garoppolo. Niners need a better quarterback, not some F-boy playing backup. Look, Jimmy Garoppolo is a solid quarterback. He's nothing more than that. He's nothing less than that. Some nights he's bad. Some nights he's very good. That's why he's a mediocre quarterback in the middle pack of the National Football League. That's really what it comes down to. But with a player like Christian McCaffrey, is the 49ers offense more explosive? Is it less predictable? Can it be more variance within this 49ers offense as well? I think so. And in turn, does that help out Jimmy Garoppolo both in the pass game and in the run game? Hopefully. Because Christian McCaffrey can be that little security blanket out of the backfield. You can run him up the seam, shoot, run him on a wheel route. Niners haven't had a running back like this in a very, very long time. Frank Gore was a completely different player. A dual threat back like this, have they ever had a guy like this? I'm not sure with this unique skill set. 16 bar king, Bill Ring 2. Dude, you're the man. Appreciate that. We're at $87 in Super Chats, and we haven't really officially started the show yet. We're just running through your questions here. Let me ask you this. Are the 49ers a playoff team? With the acquisition of Christian McCaffrey, are the San Francisco 49ers a playoff team? Type P for playoffs, type G for golf, meaning they're going to be golfing this offseason. They're not going to be competing in the NFL playoffs. Let me know here, and I'll start giving you some shout-outs. Roan, playoffs. Eddie, playoffs. Hot Dog, playoffs. Dave Zobel, playoffs. Albert, playoffs. Andrew, playoffs? Words of Wisdom, playoffs. Deuce, Dave, Graham, Alex, Big Andy, Tuck, Graham, It's Viral, Cheetah, Richard, Wet Noodle, Isaiah, Jude H., Ray Sanchez, what's good? Danny, Arsalan, Evan Hinders, JJ, Dennis, Demon. Basically everybody is saying playoffs right now. Graham said Putin. Nice joke there, man. Pone, playoffs. Joe McIntyre, playoffs. We got a lot of Putin fans here. Not down to talk politics. I just like talking football because I used to work in local news and I retired from all that. Action figure, playoffs. Brehan Sutton, playoffs. Boz Killa, playoffs, baby. Tuck Wyatt, answer my question. Tuck is back with the question demand. Send in a super chat, Tuck. It could be for 99 cents. That way, I guarantee you, I will answer that. $1.99. $1.99 super chat. We got you. Mutt Flatulence, all day playoffs. Risky business, playoffs, baby. Antonio, playoffs. Daniel, Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, he will return to the Bay Area this week as the 2012 team is going to be honored at Levi Stadium. How about this? Producer Jeremy with a great point. Look, if you want us to go in detail, show you some stats, show you some analysis, and really start to break down this move to the nitty-gritty, we need 500 likes, folks. We have more than 900 people watching live right now, 201 likes. Rapid-fire fashion, how many likes can we pick up here? I'm going to start the shot clock here. I'm giving you 1 minute. Faithful, show up, show out. Make some noise. Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. How many likes can we pick up in 1 minute? I'm starting the clock right now. Smash that thumbs up icon, like the video. Tuck Wyatt with the $1 super chat. You kept telling me to answer your question. You sent in the super chat. You didn't even ask a question, Tuck Wyatt, but we do appreciate that. Pepper that thumbs up icon. Smash that thing, especially if you're pumped up about Christian McCaffrey. Like the video to welcome Run CMC back to Northern California. Let's go. 328 likes right now. We got to get to 500. 30 seconds left. We get to 500, and we will be able to start breaking this move down here. Tuck Wyatt, I see your question. Panthers overran him, reducing his health and production. On Niners hell, he'll not be overused, have a better offensive line up and back with Debo, and have better coach. CMC only going to do better. Tuck, that was a lot right there. But, yeah, the Panthers utilized him a lot. Why did they utilize him a lot? Because he's a really special player. And special players are utilized heavily. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, more than the 99-cent character limit right there. But Tuck Wyatt, we appreciate you, my guy. We're at 362 likes. Continue to hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. By the way, we get a $50 super chat to welcome in Christian McCaffrey. I'll no doubt shotgun a beer to welcome Run CMC to Northern California to the San Francisco 49ers. And shoot, here we go. Here's our super chat menu that we can just cook up for you. $5 beer cheers, $10 beer chug, $50 beer shotgun, $100. We'll do a shot fund for $1,000 in total. We're at $94 right now. We'll put on the beer helmet. We'll drink some beers out of the beer helmet. That's what we did last week during the watch party against the Atlanta Falcons because we had to drink our sorrows. So that was our super chat menu from last week. So we'll have some fun. Shoot, $50 super chat right now. I'll shotgun a beer to welcome Christian McCaffrey to the San Francisco 49ers. Tyler said, my guy said, what up, Blackie? That was his username, man. That was his username. Skullhead80 with the $2 super chat. Will this help bring 2019 George Kittle back? I'm not sure about that, man. I really don't know. Look, George Kittle had to be utilized a lot as a pass protector because Trent Williams was out. I want to see the George Kittle that we saw during that stretch last year that kind of ended with that Cincinnati Bengals game. Like, this dude can still catch the football. This dude can still carry multiple defenders on his back. He just has to be utilized more in the pass game and utilized less as a blocker. Hopefully McCaffrey is able to free him up to a certain degree. Jonas Ramirez, $2 super chat. How much pressure does this add to Kyle's plate? A lot. Because if Kyle Shanahan isn't able to make this work, then his seat should be hot. Look, I understand that you have Jimmy Garoppolo as a quarterback, but a lot of quarterbacks would be able to win with this supporting cast. Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Jawan Jennings. Like, there are no excuses now outside of injuries to not produce on the offensive side of the football. Got to be able to matriculate downfield. You got to be able to put points on the board and utilize your playmakers. Kyle Shanahan, the pressure is on you. So what do you think the Niners should do with Shanny after 2022? R for replace, K for keep. What do you think San Francisco should do with Kyle Shanahan if he can't make this work? Let me know right now. His seat will certainly be hot, but obviously this organization has faith in him. Otherwise, they would not make this trade. Tuck Wyatt with that $1 super chat. We read off that comment a little bit earlier. JJ Turby Phil with the $2 super chat. Thank you for supporting the show. William Sprain, you're the man as well. Are the Niners going to smoke on that Green Bay pack like they did in the divisional round last year? That's your picture, my guy. If you're a Niners fan, change it to that SF logo, the scarlet, red, and gold. Red and gold till we're dead and cold. All right, 100 likes away from 500 likes. We have 940 people watching live right now. We get 105 more likes to 500, and we'll officially start to break this down in full detail. So hit that thumbs up icon and like the video here. Let's get to 500 likes. In the meantime, I'll start looking at some of your questions here. Albert, given his overall record, this is Kyle's last chance. I'm not going to go that far, but no doubt the pressure is on him. Need a top 10 quarterback, though. Here's the good thing about this McCaffrey deal. He's under contract in the future as well. 2023, 2024, and 2025, and right now, the guy's only 26 years old. So yes, running backs do get hurt a lot in Kyle Shanahan's offense, but hopefully he's utilized as a running back and as a wide receiver to kind of ease the tread on those tires. We don't get no draft picks, though, from Timmy Free. You gave up the draft picks, and that's okay. I'd rather this organization be passionate. I'd rather this organization be aggressive. I'd rather see this organization go all in as compared to just sitting back and being content with being good. Go be great. Go be great. And that's what the San Francisco 49ers are trying to do. 54 likes away from 500. Come on. Make some noise. Make some noise. Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. Just surpassed $105 in Super Chats. If we get a $50 Super Chat, I will shotgun this beer right here. All right? So I'll shotgun the beer for a $50 Super Chat. Producer Chugs was kind of messing with me, putting up that Super Chat menu from our watch party. But, of course, we're down to drink. And after we break this move down, I'll crack a beer, and we can start to celebrate together because I am a fan of this move. And I've said all along, look, I'm not a big proponent of paying running backs all that much money. I think it's an expendable position that can be replaced very easily. You can find running backs in the mid to late rounds of the NFL draft, like Elijah Mitchell, right? Like Jeff Wilson, who was a UDFA coming out of North Texas. You can find running backs for cheap in free agency. But I look at Christian McCaffrey more so as an overall weapon, not just limited to that running back position. Richard, you know what? I said I'd crack a beer after we break this down. Because of the compliment, because of the $10 Super Chat, my man, greatly appreciate that. JJ Turbyfill with the $5 Super Chat. Lance McCaffrey, RPO next year. Oh, my gosh, and that's a good point. It's a really good weapon for Trey Lance, especially how they complement one another's skill sets. Turbyfill, you made a good point because I hadn't really discussed that yet, but that is, in fact, true. Finesse Gang 559, $2 Super Chat. Foe 9 blood line. Red and gold till we dead and cold. Look what happens. We get to almost 500 likes. Now we have more than 1,000 people watching live. You see what you all do? You see what you all do? Clap it up for one another. 14 likes away from 500. Let's give a toast to Christian McCaffrey. Welcome to the Bay Area, my guy. Welcome back to Northern California. The Bang Bang Niner Gang, the faithful, the Niner Empire. Very excited to have you. Cheers to McCaffrey. Thanks for all those Super Chats. And we'll be live until I say so. Now, do we know if the Rams are involved in this trade, though? I thought I saw that the Rams were involved in this trade. Okay, I see it. Okay, so the Rams were trying to go after Christian McCaffrey. And I think they made an offer for Christian McCaffrey. And like they've stolen a lot of targets from San Francisco, now the Niners get their target. So the full terms, Christian McCaffrey to the Niners, second round, third round, fourth round, all in 2023. The Niners still do have another third round pick because of the comp picks, and then a fifth rounder in 2024. So it's a massive haul, and it's a massive deal for a running back. There's really no other way to break that down. There's no other way to decipher it, but the 49ers needed to make this move, and they did. They needed to add some juice to this offense. Harrison, yes, we are going to do a Q&A. So, hey, if you want your questions answered, we'll do that down the road. Hashtag 49ers Super Chat. We'll answer as many of your questions as possible. Therefore, we could put out a video tomorrow to react to this Christian McCaffrey trade. So we will do that. Harrison, if you're watching, anybody in the Chat Sports office at home, if anybody wants to start on that copy, that'd be great. Just sending out a message here. All right. So we are going to break this move down live. We're just taking your questions here. More than 1,000 people tuned in. For those of you who are new to the channel, this is the 49ers Report. I'm Chase Sr. We put out videos every single day, news, rumors, analysis, breaking news like this. We go live in a pinch, live shows and watch parties. Like I said, informative, entertaining coverage year-round, every single day. Let's break down this move right now in full. It is late on a Thursday night, and we are live on the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports because we have some breaking news. San Francisco has pulled off a stunner, making a trade for running back Christian McCaffrey. And we've talked about this over the last couple of weeks, and it finally comes to fruition. I've warmed up to the idea over the last couple of days, and usually, I'm not a huge fan of paying a big price tag for a running back, whether it be through the trade market, in free agency, or an overall contract. But the San Francisco 49ers have been an average and stagnant offensive unit all throughout this year. They have been paced and led by the league's best defense. They needed a jolt to the offense, and Christian McCaffrey is going to be able to bring it as he comes back to Northern California, where he played his college ball at Stanford. And funny enough, Kyle Shanahan used to babysit Christian McCaffrey when his father, Mike Shanahan, was coaching with the Denver Broncos, and McCaffrey's father, Ed, played for the Denver Broncos at that time. McCaffrey is expected to get on a plane tomorrow to fly to Santa Clara. He is expected to suit up for the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs, as we have a rematch of that Super Bowl game back in 2019 as the Niners try to exact revenge, and Christian McCaffrey will be in the lineup, at least he's expected to be, and should have a red zone package at the very least, and then his involvement in the offense is expected to grow from there. We're only getting started here on the show. I know a lot of people are pumped up. A lot of people kind of scratching their head about what the Niners gave up. As for what they gave up, we'll get to that around the corner. But man, this is a tantalizing playmaker who's been one of the more dynamic weapons in NFL history, as evidenced by the numbers that we're about to show you. And I'm really excited about this addition to this offense alongside Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle. But first, this is why you subscribe to the channel. I was a little less than a mile away from the studio. I got the notification. I ran here. We went live. This is the level of dedication and the passion that we put forward here on the channel. Videos every single day. Niners news, rumors, and analysis. So hit that red subscribe button and join the largest faithful family here on YouTube. So here are the trade details for Run CMC. The 49ers receiving Christian McCaffrey, who in 2020 and 2021 was off injured, but in 2018, 2019, he set a bunch of offensive records. I look at him more so as a weapon, not just a running back, because this guy can play a little bit of slot wide receiver, and he's a threat to take it to the crib at any time. The Panthers receiving a second-round pick, a third-round pick, and a fourth-round pick in the 2023 NFL Draft. San Francisco does not have a first-rounder still because they gave up 3 total picks for Trey Lance. Now they don't have a second-rounder. They do still have a third-rounder because they're giving up one of their comp picks, and then they're also surrendering a 2024 fifth-round pick as well. So let's hear from the faithful. Was this too much? Do you think that this move was justified? Do you like the price tag for Christian McCaffrey? I want to hear from you right now in the comment section. Type like it, type hate it. What do you think about this move? I want you to let me know right now. Now, Producer Jeremy, if we could start to look at some numbers for Christian McCaffrey, this is the type of player that the San Francisco 49ers are getting. And yes, by making this move, I like it because the 49ers have a Super Bowl-ready roster right now, and they're going all in. They're pushing their poker chips to the middle of the table, realizing that they have an opportunity to bring back yet another Lombardi trophy. And I appreciate the aggressiveness because they could have stayed pat. They could have stayed put, and they could have just gone with the current weapons on this offense. Instead, they go after one of the more dynamic weapons that we've seen in recent NFL history. And while he missed a lot of games in 2020 and 2021, this is what he's done this year. Christian McCaffrey and Nick Chubb, 2 of the only players in the NFL to have at least 100 scrimmage yards in 5 games this year. And this year, running the football, catching the football, McCaffrey has been awesome if we can go back to that, Jeremy. But there you see it, McCaffrey and Chubb in elite territory here. And this year running the football, 85 carries, 393 yards, 4.5 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns, 65.5 yards per game. And then receiving, 33 catches, 277 yards, 8.4 yards per catch, 1 touchdown, and 46-plus yards per game. So anytime this guy takes the football field and he's healthy, he's due for at least 100 total yards from scrimmage. And you look at what he did in 2018 and 2019, as we were about to pivot to those numbers as well, this guy was setting records all across the board. It really is filthy and blasphemous what this guy was able to do as a running back and a wide receiver, and that's why I categorize him less as a running back and more so as an overall weapon. Was he used a lot? Yes, but the Carolina Panthers used him a lot because they realized that this guy was a game breaker, and he could change the complexion of games. 2018, 2019, he played in every single game, 32 games total, 506 carries, 2,400 yards, nearly 2,500. He caught the ball 223 times for nearly 2,000 yards. That was a historic mark for a running back with 32 total touchdowns. And obviously, given the contract situation and him being somewhat injury prone, as evidenced by only playing 10 games in 2020 and 2021, this no doubt comes with a lot of risks. But Christian McCaffrey against the Los Angeles Rams last week was great. He displayed his value. Against the 49ers 2 weeks ago, I thought that he looked spry. I thought that he looked healthy. He looked really explosive. And I understand that the Niners have a lot of running backs who get injured a lot under head coach Kyle Shanahan. But maybe McCaffrey and his utilization as a running back in the slot will help preserve him to a certain degree. And also, he's on a loaded complementary cast that includes Debo and Brandon Ayuk, who are up there among the best wide receiver duos in the NFL. George Kittle is still one of the best all-around tight ends in the league. This offensive line is starting to improve a little bit. All Jimmy Garoppolo has to do is handle business and play point guard. And if he plays average football, this Niners offense could be very, very scary. So to welcome Christian McCaffrey to the Bay Area as he makes his return to NorCal, cheers to him and hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. As for those contract details, this isn't just a one-year move. And I thought that some people made some good points in the chat saying, look, he's under contract for the next couple of years with a potential out coming up. But looking forward and projecting forward, his skill set really does benefit and coincides with the skill set of Trey Lance. Can you imagine the RPO game with Trey and Run CMC in the backfield? Now this year, in terms of the financial figures, the Carolina Panthers have pretty much eaten a lot of the salary for 2022. Little less than $9 million. Next year, though, it starts to get very, very expensive. Now, there are always ways to quote-unquote beat the system. You can restructure this contract. You can backload the money like the Niners have done for a couple of years with Eric Armstead. But there's no doubt $19.5 million in 2023-2024 is very expensive. In 2025, he's due $15.5 million. Then he becomes that unrestricted free agent at 30 years old in 2026. And him being 26 years old right now gives me belief that this guy can stay healthy, that this guy still has very good football left in him. And if the 49ers are able to maximize this expensive roster with premier players, all pros, Pro Bowlers, future Hall of Famers, and if they make yet another deep run and potentially bring home yet another Lombardi trophy, then this move at the end of the day is all worth it. And a lot of fans of organizations out there, their teams, they don't go all in. They're not aggressive. They don't care about winning. San Francisco is showing right here that they believe in this team, that they believe in Kyle Shanahan, they believe in the roster construction, but they know that this team has a golden opportunity in the red and gold to bring back some hardware, and that's why they make this move, and that's why I'm giving them credit for making this acquisition. So your one-word reaction to the Christian McCaffrey trade is what? For me, it's a shocker. To me, explosive, because I think he adds that element to this Niners offense. I want to hear from you right now in the comment section. And then as we just think about this from the macro perspective, this isn't a one-year deal because he's under contract for the next couple of years. So Christian McCaffrey is going to be in the Bay Area for the foreseeable future. And for him, I'm sure he's really relieved. I mean, shoot, this trade was made official. He got on the phone with Kyle Shanahan. He's hopping on a plane tomorrow. He's already about to head out west from Carolina to the Bay Area and suit up for this game on Sunday. And in bringing in Christian McCaffrey, I think it makes this offense more explosive, less predictable, but there's more diversity to this offense. Kyle Shanahan wants to run the football, and finally, he has that bell cow back who has been able to prove throughout his career that he can shoulder a large load, and he can handle the workload of being that bell cow back. But also, if you want to preserve him, put him out to wide receiver. Run him on some of those wheel routes. Run some of those bubble screens to Christian McCaffrey. Also, play into the strengths of Jimmy Garoppolo where he can get the ball out quickly. What I also think this does, too, it then brings back the threat of Deebo Samuel as a runner. Imagine going split tailback in the backfield with McCaffrey and Deebo. You're not sure who's going to get the handoff. You're not sure if one of them's going to get the handoff. One could be a lead blocker. Both of them could go out for passes. And I'm excited to see what the level of creativity is going to be for head coach Kyle Shanahan. He can get in his bag with the play calling here. And while it puts pressure on him to win some football games, I'm excited to see what the play caller and the play designer in Kyle Shanahan can do with a weapon like this. And it also gives you more depth to the backfield. What does it do for Elijah Mitchell? I'm not sure. Jeff Wilson will still be RB2. Marlon Mack probably going to be on the outside looking in. So too is Tevin Coleman. So you're probably going to have a 3 running back rotation that will consist of McCaffrey, Jeff Wilson, and Jordan Mason. And then anybody else who wants to kind of claim RB4, they can do that. Or maybe the 49ers on game day will just go with 3 active backs on that roster. So as we round out our thoughts here on this segment, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's youtube.com/49erstv. This is why you subscribe at the end of the day. Nearly 1,300 people watching live, and on the East Coast, it's well past midnight. On the West Coast, it's late. Here in Dallas, Texas, it's also late. But this is what we do, and this is the standard. All right, let's take a look at your comments here. We'll also continue to take your Super Chats. We're also going to be doing a mailbag, so use the hashtag 49ers or Super Chat to get those questions answered. EAGR, I see you using that hashtag 49ers. Good stuff by you. Wild Child, Christopher Vigil, Mike Murillo, Andrew Gonzalez, D.D. Green, Nathaniel Pettigrew, Renzo, Truth Hurts, and Stormy, all in the chat. To all of you tuned in, the party is only beginning, folks. Cheers to all of you. We appreciate it. We're at $140 in Super Chats. If we get a $50 Super Chat, I'll shotgun a beer. In the meantime, let's go through some of these Super Chats here. Here's our Super Chat menu. Shoot, let's run with it. $5 beer cheers, $10 beer chug, $50 shotgun, $100 we'll do the shot fun, and if we get to $1,000 in total, I'm not expecting that, we'll put on the beer helmet and we'll take down some beers out of the beer helmet. But let's start to shift gears to some of your Super Chats here, and then stay tuned because I do want to answer some of your questions for a video that we'll put out on the channel tomorrow. Wet Noodle 187, what up, brother? With this move, what does this do for Elijah Mitchell? Look, he's still not healthy. So he has to get healthy first, and he has to prove that he's healthy. But when he's back, Elijah Mitchell will be RB2. Jeff Wilson could be RB3. Jordan Mason could be RB4. I'd go with that 4 running back rotation, and then just don't worry about Tevin Coleman or Marlon Mack anymore. Marlon Mack's on the practice squad anyway. $2 Super Chat, Omaha Gloyd. What up, Omaha? Omaha! Didn't even say anything. Just send in a donation. Thank you, my guy. Edson Dart, beer cheers for you. I love the possibility of Lance with CMC and Deebo next year, as well as Kittle, Brandon Ayuk. My gosh, what a team. And this is a very good team. It's up to Jimmy Garoppolo to really take advantage of it, as well as Kyle Shanahan to really extract and maximize the current players on this roster. Yeah, we're going to do a rapid-fire mailbag here. I know a lot of you were using the hashtag 49ers. So continue to do that. We'll answer your questions, and Super Chat skip the line, of course. So if you send in a Super Chat, you skip the line, you get ahead of everybody else in front of you. But also, if you use the hashtag 49ers, you do have a chance to get on the show. I just want to continue to react to all of this. We've been live now for, I don't even know, how long have we even been live? About 45 minutes. So we're going to continue to stay live as long as the Super Chats keep coming, as long as the audience holds. And as part of that, we're going to take your questions, take your comments, and take your reaction to Christian McCaffrey being traded to the San Francisco 49ers. So hashtag 49ers, better yet, Super Chat to get featured on the show. Neil Strutt, love this. I like it. I don't love it. I like it. Thomas B. Lance is 2 years away from being Jimmy. Wild Child. I think we'll trade some of those RBs for at least a third-round pick. You could trade Elijah Mitchell. It ain't going to be for a third-round pick, though. He's been too injured for that. Andrew Gonzalez, thanks, Chase. Best thing on YouTube, repping San Fran for sure. Love your show, bro. Thank you, Andrew. It goes a long way, man. Do appreciate that. Yeah, should we put Taylor Swift in the title? A lot of people reacting to that announcement. What was the announcement, by the way?
She dropped an album at like midnight or something like that.
Okay. A little birdie here in the office knows the every single song on it. So got it leaked to us.
She signed a deal with like the Amazon Music.
Okay,
app.
interesting.
So
that's pretty new.
In unison with Amazon's Thursday Night Football, she was doing the big like reveal of her album.
Okay. Sounds like you were enjoying Thursday Night Football, huh? On the Raiders Report. Looked like a really good time. Couple thousand in Super Chats. You love to see it. All right. I know. I left the office at like 8:30 Central. Now it's 11:30, and I'm back. But hey, we do it for the faithful. Red and gold till we're dead and cold. Hashtag Niners or Super Chat to get featured on the show. I'm sure that we have enough, Jeremy, if we just want to move forward with that. Super Chats guaranteed to be featured on the show. Hashtag 49ers will get you on there as well. Mailbag coming up because we're going to react to Christian McCaffrey getting traded to the San Francisco 49ers. We're going to react to Christian McCaffrey being traded to the San Francisco 49ers. We did react to this live, so make sure, in case you missed it, you can just watch that video on the channel right now. But really, it's time to gauge what the fan base is thinking. And I think what we do here at Chat Sports is better than any other YouTube channel out there. We really do understand the pulse of the fan base, and this is a great opportunity to explore that. So with that, let's open up the floor, take your Super Chats, take your questions to see what you all have to say about this acquisition of Run CMC. Edson Dart with the $5 Super Chat. Cheers to you, my guy. Love the possibility of Trey Lance with Christian McCaffrey and Debo next year. Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. My God, what a team. And yeah, what I said in the initial reaction video was, look, this isn't a move just for this year. Obviously, the Niners are going all in on 2022 because they believe that they have a team that is well equipped to go after a Super Bowl championship. But because Christian McCaffrey is under contract for the next couple of years, he's going to be under team control for the foreseeable future. And while he did miss a lot of games in 2020 and 2021, he only played in 10 games total. This is a guy who's still only 26 years old. This guy does have some gas left in the tank, and I'm so excited to see how Kyle Shanahan can utilize him in this offense and the level of creativity that he comes up with. Michael Everett, $3 in Australian currency. G'day, mate. Great news on a Friday afternoon. It really is a Friday afternoon now. We're recording this late on a Thursday night Central Time, but it's Friday in the land down under. So, Michael Everett, it's great news for you, and it's great news for everybody. Look, I understand it's a high price tag. You gave up a lot, but the 49ers do a phenomenal job of finding and identifying talent in the mid to late rounds of the NFL draft. So, while you give up a couple of third-round picks and a second-round pick, you can make up for that through free agency and by having a very good draft process. And the Niners have proven under Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, and Adam Peters that they can do just that. William Sprain with the $2 Super Chat. Forever a Packer. I do like your show, though. Chug. Hey, because you're tuned in and you're a Green Bay Packers fan, I'll give you a beer. Cheers. Rose the Chief. What do you think about Trey Lance, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel? We trade Juwan Jennings for a player or pick a big-bodied wide receiver and bring him onto the team, or a center. So I think that this offense is pretty set right now. The acquisition and the trade for Christian McCaffrey doesn't really impact Juwan Jennings. He is still going to be your wide receiver 3, and he's a very good possession and slot wide receiver. I like his size coming out of that position. Christian McCaffrey doesn't really impact him there. Now, I understand why you might think so because Christian McCaffrey can be put out in the slot, but primarily he's going to be used as a running back, and then he'll be used like a Ferrari. Like, you can utilize him in a couple of ways in the slot and out of the backfield. The last point you make, I think, is the biggest glaring hole on this team. That's center. Jake Brendel is not good. We said it once Alex Mack retired that the Niners could not move forward with a journeyman center who had never been a starter before, and a guy who just isn't that high quality of a player. He hasn't been good this year, and that's now the biggest hole on this roster. Bruce Kuhn, $5. Cheers to both of those. I love McCaffrey, but this is just one running back. What does this change for the Super Bowl? Is he 100% healthy for the long run? Also, is he a one-year deal or a multiple-year deal? So I do have Christian McCaffrey's contract details here. He's under contract through 2025. He is pretty expensive. Cap hit in 2023 of 19.5. That's the same figure in 2024. Then in 2025, it goes down to 15.4. You can always find ways to pull off some salary cap gymnastics and kind of push that money to the end of the contract to free up some money in the immediacy of the moment. But this isn't just a rental. This isn't just a one-year deal. McCaffrey's 26 years old. He looks really healthy right now, and this is going to be a potential weapon in the future as well as in the present for San Francisco. And what does it do? It just adds this juice. It adds excitement. It adds explosiveness to an offense that's been middle of the pack all year in the NFL. Mike Murillo, another 5. Cheers to that as well. I want to see if anyone else is a Brock Purdy fan. He was good in college, maybe some more experience, but I feel like he has potential. I like him as a backup. I think he projects to be better than a guy like Nick Mullins, who did have some success as a spot starter. But the thing about backups, they're backups for a reason. They can play well for a game, a couple of games. But as long as the tape is out there, defenses will adjust. And also, backups are somewhat limited. And Brock Purdy's a little bit limited. He's a little bit short in stature. He's a little bit small in stature. Doesn't have the strongest arm. Has some pretty decent athleticism, but he is a little bit limited as an athlete. But as a backup, hell yeah, you get a good quality backup who can make a start or two here and there in the final pick of the NFL draft. That's good value right there because backup quarterback is very, very valuable. Bruce with another 2. We need a franchise quarterback, seriously. Yes, that's also what the Niners are missing. Like I said, center early on was the biggest weakness. It is, because I do believe that Jimmy Garoppolo can at least win with this team as long as he plays point guard. He plays a clean bill of football. He doesn't turn the rock over. Then this offense can move downfield. They can go on these elongated drives to eat up clock, to run it right down your throat, to play this physical brand. But also, I think that they can start competing in some shootouts with a player like Christian McCaffrey adding to this offense as a whole with the bevy of weapons that are also on this team. So, Bruce, thank you for those super chats, man. Do appreciate that. My guy, Mike Honcho with 10. What a Thursday night. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Welcome to the Bay, CMC. And McCaffrey, if you're watching, San Francisco. Welcome to the Bay Area, a blue blood franchise. That's why I'm happy that the Niners made this move. Look, the quest for 6 has been on and popping for a really long time. And with the offense being as stagnant as it was, hopefully Christian McCaffrey being on this team helps out the other weapons. It helps out Jimmy Garoppolo throwing the football, also running the football, and it gives the Niners a better opportunity to compete for a Super Bowl. And when it comes down to competing for a Super Bowl, what helps? Winning your division. So are the 49ers NFC West favorites now? According to the odds makers, they are. I think they're the best team in this division. And while they've struggled in some games and have suffered some really head-scratching losses, the 49ers still are in first place in the NFC West. And if you win the division, you have a home game, and I like the Niners' chances when it comes down to January because that's what this team is built for, and I think Christian McCaffrey can help get them there. Sure Lore, $5. San Francisco to my Rams fan friend. Sweep them. Coach Guzman, SF Super Bowl bound. Keep up the great work, Brother Chase. Hey, I appreciate that because you brought some energy there, and for all those other super chats, I'm going to give you a beer, cheers, and then drink a little bit more after the cut is over. But we're just celebrating Christian McCaffrey. $2. Shotgun a beer for the occasion. Shoot, I'll shotgun a beer for y'all. I said I'd do it for a $50 super chat. I'll do it anyway. I'll do it for the occasion. Merlin Russell, $5. Why don't we draft him instead of Solomon Thomas? Solomon Thomas was a huge whiff. It's like you have the ball set up on a tee, and you're ready to hit it. You're ready to go yard to dead center, maybe even go into McCovey Cove, and you just swing and miss, and then you turn around and you fall on your face. That's what the Niners did drafting Solomon Thomas. They shouldn't have gone running back that early in the draft, but they should not have drafted Solomon Thomas. A massive, massive bust. Cameron, our first non-super chat. Congratulations, Cameron. Does this make signing Lamar next year impossible? Oh, boy, that's juicy. No, it doesn't make it impossible. It makes it a little bit harder, though, because of the money that you're paying Christian McCaffrey. Lamar Jackson with Christian McCaffrey would be weird and wild and entertaining and frenetic, especially with Debo as well with that receiving and running threat. But Lamar Jackson in the guts of the game as a strict passer does concern me a lot. That's when I'm concerned about Lamar Jackson. He can do all these other flashy things really, really well and extraordinarily high level. Going into last week, he had been leading the NFL with 10 touchdown passes from the pocket, so he's certainly gotten better there. But when the going gets tough and when the game gets tight, he's really struggled as a passer in those moments. And at the end of the day, you can run as well as you can with Lamar Jackson, and you can be explosive. You can be dynamic. But the way to win in the NFL, in my opinion, is winning from the pocket. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more coverage like this, informative, entertaining analysis. Hit that red subscribe button down below. My goal at some point is to get the 49ers Report to 100,000 subscribers. We're at 64K right now, so hit that red sub button. And for those of you who were telling me in the comment section, why do you keep talking about Christian McCaffrey? It's never going to happen. This is also why you subscribe, because we read the tea leaves, and sometimes we're ahead of the ball game, and that's why we talk about these subject matters. EA, $2. What a day for the faithful, live from enemy turf. So EA tuned in from Los Angeles, and it's pretty wild how bad the Rams are right now. And we'll see what really the Rams are in 2 weeks as they host the Niners at Levi Stadium South at SoFi, right outside of Los Angeles. I just don't think they're very good. Noteboom suffered that season-ending injury. That offensive line is bad. They're 31st in running the football. Matthew Stafford has been okay, but he relies way too heavily on Cooper Kupp. This is the 49ers division to win. Yes, the Arizona Cardinals beat the Saints on Thursday Night Football, but the Saints stink, right? So this is the division for San Francisco to win. Steve Cass, I always see in the comments section, Steve, great to interact with you here. How will this trade affect the Niners' ability to keep important players next year due to a salary cap hit? It will impact it. You have to imagine that you're going to try to maybe restructure the contract to push some of that money toward the back end of the deal to maximize you being able to spend money and build a good roster. If you can move on from a player like Javon Kinlaw, like Eric Armstead, because you still have good depth pieces at defensive tackle, that frees up some money. Brandon Ayuk's going to be looking for a new deal. Nick Bosa's going to be looking for a new deal, even though he'll be playing for like $18 million next year. There's no doubt from a team-building strategy perspective, Steve, it will alter and impact that. So my other question for you, do the Niners have the best receiving weapons in the NFL now with Christian McCaffrey joining the charge in the NFC? I want you to let me know in the comment section. I mean, think about it, right? Think about what Kyle Shanahan has at his disposal. Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, McCaffrey, Juwan Jennings, Ray-Ray McCloud. Hopefully Danny Gray shows up at some point and gets out of the witness protection program. Rose the Chief, $10 super chat. So is there any big-bodied wide receivers you prefer, or do you think the Niners could get Juwan Jennings? If so, who are they in your opinion? I'm not a fan of Juwan Jennings, by the way. So, look, Juwan Jennings is what he is. He's a possession wide receiver who oftentimes moves the chains. That's what Juwan Jennings is. He is not a world beater. He is not breathtaking by any means. He's not even that prototypical, like, big-bodied wide receiver who you throw that fade route to. But even though the Niners don't really have that guy, and they thought that they had it in Jalen Hurd, what a disaster that was, they do have guys who can go up and get it, and guys who play physical, George Kittle, Debo Samuel. So is there a big-bodied wide receiver out there? I'd really have to think long and hard about that. OBJ obviously doesn't fit that profile, but there might be a guy who can be a red zone threat, but also you have red zone threats on this team. I mean, look at Brandon Ayuk against the Falcons. 2 red zone touchdowns. Debo is a running back and a receiver. Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle. Like, this team, I think, is set in terms of weapons, Rose. Appreciate that super, though. Evan Hinders, it's GM Evan. Trade Jeff Wilson to the Ravens for Justin Houston. A decent edge, but he's a little bit older. I think that you need to hold on to Jeff Wilson right now because Elijah Mitchell is still hurt. Let's now shift gears to Cisco, 1946. Chase, how many total rushing yards will CMC end up with by the end of the year? Are you talking just with the Niners? So we're 6 games in. 11 to play. I think anything north of 800 rushing yards for McCaffrey is a huge win. Let's go with 800 rushing yards. If it's 1,000 though, Cisco, we're going to dance like Cisco back in the day. Let me see that thumb, baby, run CMC. How many rush yards will CMC have over the next several games? Let me know. 12 games? Did I mess that math up? They played 6, so it's 11. 11 plus 6 is 17, 18-week schedule. Either way, how many games or how many rush yards will CMC have in 11 games? Let us know right now in the comment section. Boom, Jeremy Chugs on it. like he always is? Let us know. Give us some feedback there in the comment section. More questions continue to come in. Mr. Block Ice 22. We are good at drafting players in the late rounds, not worried about trading those picks. What say you? Yeah, that's what I've said. And that's been a strength of Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, and Adam Peters. Look, the Rams proved last year. Fuck them picks, right? Just like Sia said. So let's pivot to that. That's hilarious that was the next Super Chat, Jeremy. Sia, F those draft picks, right? Exactly. Give them all up and some more. 2024 picks for Brian Burns and J.C. Horn now, too. We can dream, right? I don't think the Burns happens now. But look, the offense needed the jolt. The defense did not need the jolt. It was the offense that needed the jolt, and they got that much-needed jolt by trading for McCaffrey. But you're right. The Niners have identified so many good players in the mid to late rounds. So that's why I'm cool with giving up the draft picks. Plus, draft picks don't always help you in a Super Bowl window, which is open and available for the Niners right now. Mike Murillo, $5. All we're missing is a quarterback. Lance already had a major injury. Can he fully recover from this? Can Purdy work his way to a starting position? Look, I don't think that Brock Purdy is a starting caliber quarterback in this league. I just don't. I think that Brock Purdy is more of a backup. He reminds me of a better Nick Mullins. He is small in stature. He doesn't have the strongest arm, not the greatest athlete. He's a little bit limited with what he brings to that quarterback spot. As a backup, that's cool. But yes, you bring up a very solid point. I'm worried about the future of Trey Lance. I'm not sure if Trey Lance is going to be able to recover from this. And when he does come back, what type of player is he going to be? We're talking about a guy who has barely played any football over the last 4 years. That right there is a huge concern for this organization moving forward. There's no question about that. Before we wrap up this mailbag, make sure you give me a follow on social media at Chase_Senior. If I didn't answer your question on the show, make sure you slide in my DMs, hit me up, give me a follow. I'm always keeping you up to date with all things Niners year-round because this is what we do at the end of the day. It's at Chase_Senior on Twitter and Instagram. All right. More than 1,000 people still watching live right now. Here's the deal. I told y'all that I do a shotgun for $50. We didn't get a $50 super chat, but we are $9 away from 200. Can we get to $200 in super chats? And if that's the case, then I will shotgun a beer. $9 away from 200 in super chats, and we'll shotgun a beer for Run CMC, and I'll shotgun that thing faster than his 40 time. How about that? So, $9 more until we get to 200. Let's welcome Run CMC to the Bay Area. We've been live for an hour now. Appreciate all the donations that did come in. And we'll stay live as long as those super chats continue to pile in. But your one-word reaction to the CMC trade, let me know right now. Ryan Zolchinsky, what up, Chinsky? You still waiting at Torchy's for our order? He said, hey, yo, CMC fantasy stock going up. It is going up, no doubt. It is going up, no doubt, especially in this offense. Terrence Robinson, my guy, appreciate it. Gold Towel, we got robbed. No, you didn't. You gave up second, third, fourth-round picks. Like, it's not a robbery. It's not a robbery for a player the caliber of this, especially if it helps your Super Bowl chances. Oh, JJ gets us past 200. We'll read that super chat, and then I'll shotgun this beer for the faithful to welcome Christian McCaffrey to the Bay. VV Focus, shots. Shotgun is coming up. Shotgun it from Rose. You already know. Purdy is the truth from Anthony Hunter. Yeah, maybe. Jakey, what a fucking lame. Who are you talking to, dude? Christian McCaffrey ain't. If you're talking to me, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. We've been live for an hour. $215 in super chats. 1,000 people watching live. It's great. Life is good. Cannot complain. JJ with the 10. Winning the Super Bowl this year will jack up the trade value of Jimmy G. Get some picks back. Can't trade him. He's going to be a free agent. So you can't trade him unless it's a sign and trade. And I don't think that will happen. So he doesn't really have any trade value, even if he wins the Super Bowl. It helps him individually because once he goes to the free agency market, a team will be willing to pay him. Analyst 504, by the way, you look at teams right now like the New Orleans Saints, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Washington Commanders, the Carolina Panthers. They wish, the Cleveland Browns, they wish traded for Jimmy Garoppolo because their current quarterback situation is bad. Zolchinsky, if you're still watching, that's for you, brother. Analyst with the 10. You can do it. Yeah, I got a shotgun a beer here. Alicio, $2. Let's go, Chinsk. Alicia, we coming for that bowl. Go Niners. Chinsky's going after one bowl. The 49ers are going after a different one. Alicio, appreciate that. Ryan, 10. All right. Beer chug, I got you. No, Ryan Eater with the 10. I'll give you a beer chug. Let's see. Y'all forgetting the extra 6 third-round picks we get from losing Solomon McDaniels and Mayhew. I talked about that. They gave up 1 third-round pick. They still have another third-round pick. So you don't have a first and a second this year. You do have a third-rounder. And let's be real. With how this team is built, do you really need that many draft picks? Drake Jackson is leading all rookies in sacks this year. You got him in the second round last year. You'll still be able to hit on some players in the mid to late rounds. That's still a possibility. And as evidenced by this entire Shanahan-Lynch era, they've done a great job of identifying talent there. Explain. Shotgun for Harambe, $2 super chat. Don't tell MK. Don't tell MK. Tom, if you're watching.
Tom, if you're watching, turn the screen.
Mute it.
Turn the screen.
Mute it, Tom. I do have to give y'all a shotgun, though. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. He just exploded all over the studio. Mike Murillo, who can we trust as a QB, Lance or Jimmy, long run?
Hopefully it's Trey Lance.
I mean,
drafted him number 3.
You're betting on it's Trey Lance.
Yeah, you're hoping that it's Trey Lance, right? And the RPO action with him and Christian McCaffrey in the backfield, that's pretty intriguing there. All right, shotgun for all the super chats that came in. Christian McCaffrey, welcome to San Francisco. Welcome back to NorCal. Deleting that, like McCaffrey, we'll be deleting defenders this upcoming year, rocking that scarlet, red, and gold.
As long as we get supers, we can stay live.
Yeah, as long as we continue to get super chats, we'll continue to stay live. All right? So I'll put the 2-minute shot clock on here. As long as we get super chats, we'll stay live. No more super chats. We've already been live for an hour. I know it's late for a lot of people, but we're down to keep it partying if y'all want us to keep it partying. So any more super chats that come in, we'll stay live here on the show. We'll put a 2-minute shot clock on. In the meantime, I'm seeing Black Mask, Ryan Hogan, Pone 1, Truth Hurts, Bay Rays Niner, Ryan Zolchinski. What number is he rocking? That's actually a good question because Jeff Wilson rocks 22. So maybe he wears 2, but Jeremy, I don't know, man. That's a weird running back number. 2?
Dude, I like 2.
You like 2 as a running back number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of running backs go the single digit. Dalvin Cook looks cool in the 4.
True. Yeah, 2 could be kind of clean. 2 could be kind of clean. He can't go 22, I don't believe, unless he pays Jeff Wilson.
Or
Michael, $2 super
or
chat.
you just go the total opposite direction and wear like 44.
44 would be awful. That's like a fullback number. Mike Allstott, he made 40 swaggy. That's about it, though. Couple more super chats that came in. We'll get those up on the screen here. They're coming in rapid fire. As long as we get supers, we stay live. We'll keep the party going as long as y'all want us to. Michael, $2 super chat. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Any more, Jeremy? Michael with the 2. Let's read what Michael had to say. Mike Murillo, $2. Who can we expect coming back later in the season? Elijah Mitchell, he's going to be RB2. Elijah Mitchell as an RB2 is going to be fantastic. Emmanuel Moses is going to be lost for the year, unfortunately. Other than that, though, like San Francisco is pretty well off in the injury department in terms of very serious injuries. Jordan Willis expected to come back. Javon Kinlaw, Eric Armstead. So those are some players who could come back later in the season. Mr. Black Ice, what's our injury report looking like? So Talanoa Hufanga was on the practice field today. He's been in concussion protocol all week. So that's a good sign. Kyle Shanahan did say Nick Bosa, Trent Williams, trending in a good direction to play against the Chiefs on Sunday. Jimmy Ward could also play with a club on his hand. So he's also on that injury report. And then Charvarius Ward, Mooney Ward, he really wants to play against his former team. Undecided, though, if he's going to play because he has not practiced this week. Mike McGlinchey was also on the practice field. So the Niners getting a little bit healthier. Nick Bosa, of course, obviously huge, trying to get after Patrick Mahomes. Andrew Lucero with 2. Glad we're being aggressive. Exactly. Say it. Praise it. Andrew, I totally agree. This organization is being aggressive. You got to give them credit for being aggressive and going for it instead of just being complacent. Can't be great if you're complacent. Mike Concho, 5. I got 5 on it. Thanks, brother. Beer cheers for you. Zolchinski. It gets weird with the beer because it foams up. That's for Chinsk. You see the pick from Sam last weekend? Go CMC. Yes. Yes. Ryan Zolchinski, legendary intern here at Chat Sports for more reasons than one. He was with Sam. He's still waiting for a Torchy's order right outside of SMU. This guy's a legend, man. Yes, we saw it. He was with what's he called now? Executive producer Sam Brown after the Red River rivalry because they both went to Oklahoma. You know what I also saw, Ryan? Oklahoma get blanked and beat down by Texas.
His new title is Graphic Czar.
Graphic Czar. The graphics god. Sean Weaver, the true tank. Bob the Builder is now Jack. Sean, $2. McCaffrey has an 84% chance of getting injured. How did you calculate that? I'm very curious, Sean. Next Gen Stats. According to Sean Weaver's Next Gen Stats, Christian McCaffrey has an 84% chance of getting injured. Look, he's played every game this year. He's been really dynamic through the air and on the ground. He did only play 10 games total in 2020 and 2021. So, Sean, we're just messing with you. Obviously, injuries are a massive concern, especially considering how much he's paid. G-Code, will the 49ers trade for offensive line help? I don't even know if there's a good center out there to trade for. I mean, if I could trade for one guy, it'd be Cam Jurgens. He's the backup on the Eagles behind Jason Kelce, but he's the heir apparent to Jason Kelce for whenever Jason Kelce retires. And they're not going to give him up. A guy like that would be great. That's why I was so dumbfounded. Like, the 49ers had a good indication that Alex Mack was going to retire, and they didn't draft a center. They didn't sign one in free agency. They went with Jake Brendel. It never made sense, and it still doesn't. It still doesn't. More Super Chats coming in. Mike Murillo, how can we trust Trey with so little playing time? If Purdy is out of the question, do we need a better backup? No, Purdy's a good backup. Purdy is the backup. He's a quality backup. I think he projects to be a quality backup, better than Nick Mullins, who had success with Kyle Shanahan. How can we trust Trey? It's hard to trust him. He's barely played football at North Dakota State and in the NFL. It's a massive question mark. Honestly, let me just say this right now so that if it happens, it doesn't shock people. Look, I've been telling y'all the Niners could trade for Christian McCaffrey, right? Tom Brady's a free agent after this year. Do not rule out Tom Brady coming to the San Francisco 49ers. He grew up in Northern California. He was a Niners fan. He was at Candlestick. Joe Montana is his idol.
Was he at Candlestick the same day
he was there for the catch.
When a young Schwam.
When a young Schwami
was there at the catch.
The young Schwami Tommy.
I know because I was there.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, don't rule out Tom Brady next year. He's the bridge quarterback for Trey Lance. Keep an eye out for it. You heard it here first. Michael, too. How much will CMC help Debo in the run game? I think it's going to help him. Debo in the run game, it's been non-existent with Jimmy Garoppolo. Nothing has happened with Debo as a running back with Jimmy Garoppolo. With Trey Lance, that run game was humming. It was. But think about it from a schematic perspective. Let's say you go split back. Let's say you go pistol. Let's say you have one in the slot, one in the backfield. One out wide, one in the slot. One in the backfield, one somewhere else on the football field. Like, the variations that you have, I'm trying to hold it together after hearing what Jeremy said in my ear. The variations that you can have offensively with Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey, running it and throwing it, is why I think this offense already becomes more explosive. And Christian McCaffrey, he's expected to play on Sunday. Expect a red zone package for him. That's the report right now. Javier, $10. Love the Niners. Shout out to my fiance, Arlette. Arlette. You're a wonderful lady for marrying Javier. Javier, you're the man. Good stuff by you. All right, we're all caught up on supers. Just kidding. 16 Bar King said, no, you're not. I'm going to send in 2. 16 Bar King, let's see what 16 Bar says and explain. 16 Bar King, playoff bound, added C-Mac, 2022, time to run it back. My gosh. Can the Niners just make another deep run? Can they get it together? Can they beat the Chiefs, beat the Rams? Then they're 5-3, some momentum, some confidence, and some really legitimate offensive weapons. We need it. And let's just hope McCaffrey, to the football gods, to the health gods, stay healthy. Stay healthy. This dude's special when he's healthy. Explain, $2. Who will the 49ers beat in the Super Bowl and who is MVP? Shoot, for the purpose of this exercise, Christian McCaffrey is the MVP, and they take down the Buffalo Bills. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, except San Francisco. You know the deal. Explain. Thank you for that super chat. All right, now we're all caught up on super chats. Any more super chats in 1 minute? 1 minute. The final call for super chats. If we get any more, we will stay live here on the San Francisco 49ers Report. We've been live for well over an hour. Oh. I guess we could. Yeah. Shoot. I mean, but that makes you have to stay here longer, right? From the crib? Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm pretty content with what we have shaken here. Just let the VOD roll. That's probably the move. All right. Yeah. If we get any more super chats in the next 15 seconds, we'll stay live. We'll stay live if we get any more super chats. Yeah. Gold Towel, you actually have to super chat. Unless you're telling somebody to super chat. All right, 10 seconds. VV Focus, final calls for alcohol. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, at the buzzer!
Hey, Explain beats the buzzer. Let's go, Explain. Let's go, Explain. We don't have to explain much because we're staying live. We love you. Please don't go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you, Explain. And we love everybody who's still tuned in. All right, I'm going to reset the shot clock to 1 minute. Any more super chats, we stay live. By the way, we're at $269 in super chats. Very nice. If we get to 300, I'll shotgun another beer. If we get to $300 in super chats, I'll shotgun another beer. How do you super chat? So, for those of you putting in your comments, you see the $sign right beneath the chat? You just hit that. You can send in any type of donation, whatever you want. $5 beer cheers, $10 beer chug, $50 shotgun, $100 we'll shot fun and go nuts. And if we get to 1,000 total, which we won't, it's fine. We don't need to. We'll pull out the beer helmet. This is the super chat menu that we used during our watch party last week, and we did get to $1,000. And I did put on the beer helmet. I actually forgot about that. Forgot that I did that. It was fun. Oh, man. So I'll give y'all beer cheers right now. Yeah. Oh, you did the beer helmet in college? No, I actually did it at work last weekend. So, in case you're wondering, here's Christian McCaffrey's cap hit and his contract. So he's pretty expensive. There's no doubt about that. Pretty expensive player. If you send $100, we do have Jack Daniels. I'll take a shot at Jack Daniels for $100. Yes, I will. Or I'll do the shot fund. Whatever you want me to do. $100? We do have some Jack Daniels here. I'm looking at it right now. Bang Bang Niner Gang. It's over there. It's in the kitchen. Mike with 5. Thought it was the 100. We'll take some Jack Daniels shots for Run CMC. Mike Murillo. James Hoffman. Chase, you are the shit. Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother. It is C-H-A-S-E. You spelled it C-H-A-C-E. I wonder what the decision was from my parents, because you could spell it that way. People say it that way. No, I was not named after Chase Utley. He was born well before me. But Chase, I kind of like that spelling. What if I name my kid Chase? C-H-A-C-E. Then he wouldn't have to be Chase Sr. Jr. And I wouldn't have to be Chase Sr. Sr. Because it's a different name, technically. Genius. Mate. Whoa, dude. Mike Murillo with the 5. I'll keep it going. Talk about Brady on the Niners. Can he still play? Brock Purdy was a champion in college. He was. Great college player. All right. Mike, I got you. Look, don't rule out Tom Brady to the Niners after this year. Why is that? Well, the Buccaneers are struggling. Todd Bowles is a defensive head coach. I think that Tom Brady would flourish under Kyle Shanahan, who's an offensive head coach. The 49ers had flirted with acquiring Tom Brady after he left the New England Patriots before he went to the Bucs and ended up winning a Super Bowl. Tom Brady is from Northern California, I believe San Mateo. Let me just double check that. He grew up as a 49ers fan. Yeah, San Mateo, California. He grew up a Niners fan. Joe Montana was his idol. He has long said that Joe Montana is his favorite football player and the reason why he fell in love with the game. Tom Brady was at Candlestick for the catch when Joe Montana hit Dwight Clark. There are many pictures out there of Tom Brady rooting on the San Francisco 49ers. And look, he's an upgrade over Jimmy Garoppolo. And if you want a quarterback to bridge to Trey Lance, or if you're not comfortable with Trey Lance and confident in him with this play or with the injury, Tom Brady, it's not like he is a long-term option, but for a year, 2, 3, if he plays well, Tom Brady, within this offense, with these weapons, he'd be fantastic. As for how he's playing right now, Mike, he's playing well. Tom Brady is still slinging it. The arm looks as strong as ever. He still has the tenacity and the want to. He's thrown for 1,600 yards in 6 games, 8 touchdowns, 1 pick. And he's completing 67% of his passes. Tom Brady can still play. Tom Brady to the Niners, let's wish it into existence. Bring the kid home. Hector, $2. Niner faithful from Alaska. Alaska, Alaska, Alaska. Let's go Niners. Dude, it is so cool to see people tuned in from everywhere. It's so cool to see people tuned in from everywhere. Hector, what is it like living in Alaska? My grandma and my grandpa used to go on cruises there. Eat a lot of salmon. I'm sure some game meat is phenomenal down there. Up there? Well, I guess from us, yes. I'm not used to living in Texas still. Hector, 49er faithful from Alaska, you're the man. Matthew with 2. Do you think that this will finally unlock the offense? Yes, I think it makes the offense more explosive. I think it makes the offense more dynamic. It makes the offense less predictable. It makes the ground game better, and the ground game is already 12th in the NFL. It helps the pass game, which has been mediocre at best. Pressure on Kyle Shanahan and Jimmy Garoppolo, there's no question about that, to find a way to make this work. There's no doubt. But, look, you have playmakers everywhere, so there's really no excuse to not make it work. And again, yes, you're paying Christian McCaffrey a lot of money, but I look at McCaffrey as a weapon, not just as a running back. G code, $2. I saw POV and I was like, what's going on here? Tom Brady, Barry Bonds attended Sarah High School. Yes, they did. I didn't know that they both went there. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Chico Travels Vlog POV. Check him out. Sure, it's some good stuff. 16 Bar King. He's back. Sending cheers like Norm. Bundle up. Niner Gang Storm. 16 Bar King has been rapping all night. You've been rapping all night. The 49ers offense, it's about to be a fight. Run CMC is here. The 49ers are the team of the year. That offense is about to be humming. If you think that they're slacking, boy, you is bumming. 16 Bar King, I gave you some bars. Hit me back with the super chat with your bars to respond. Sending cheers like Norm. Bundle up. Niner Gang Storm. All right, any more super chats? Can CMC throw? No, he can't. $2, Mike Murillo. Oh, I love this question. Here are the terms, by the way. Niners get McCaffrey. Panthers receive a second-round pick of 2023, third-round pick, and a fourth-round pick next year. They still have that comp pick as well in the third round, and a 2024 fifth-round pick. So, Niners giving up a lot of draft capital, but they also hit on a lot of those late-round picks anyway. Mike Murillo, 2 more. What are your thoughts on Hufanga, long-term Niner? Look, I said it when he was drafted because of the game, not just because of the hair and the Polynesian connection. Guy reminded me of Troy Polamalu. The receipts are there. Go back a year ago. I said it because the guy's instincts are phenomenal. This guy just has a knack for making plays. He finds himself to be in the right place at the right time, and that's exactly what's translated to the football field in the NFL. This guy just has a special knack for making big-time plays. I like that you can put him in the box. He can blitz. He can play the run. He's been good in coverage. He's kind of a ball hawk. He can diagnose plays like he did on that pick 6 against Matthew Stafford. Hell yeah, long-term Niner. And a guy who you selected, what, in the 5th round 2 years ago? Again, goes to show you. You give up some of those picks, but also you can hit on the late rounders. Talanoa Hufanga was one of them. All right. Polynesians can ball. 1 minute going on the shot clock. Any more super chats within 1 minute? We stay live. We stay live. Beers kicking in from Wild Child. We're doing good. We're humming. We're moving forward. Here's our super chat menu, by the way. I'll give you a beer cheers for those super chats that came in. 49ers Real One CMC from Curtis Thompson. Northern Cali from Felix. Beers kicking in? Maybe a little bit. It's also past midnight. It's late. All right. 15 seconds to get any more super chats in. We get any more super chats, we'll stay live. If not, we'll sign off. Already more than 12,000 people have joined us. $284 in super chats. You know what? I don't want to sign off until we get $300 in super chats. Can we get $16 more in super chats? Here's our super chat menu. If we get to 300, I told you I'd shotgun a beer. 16 bones away from 300. If I have to sleep here until we get there, that's what we might have to do. Can somebody come down with the hammer? Somebody come down with a little 20 spot? Cloud coverage in the Bay Area tonight. That's the weather. Seeing some videos. I'll shotgun a beer for free from Barnaby. Felix, that's what's up, Chase. Hey, I do it for the faithful, Felix. Let's continue to talk about Christian McCaffrey. Feel free to get those soups in. McCaffrey this year. Look at what he can do rushing and receiving. Rushing, 85 carries, 393 yards. Yards per carry, 4.5, 2 touchdowns, 65.5 rushing yards per game, but also per game, 46+ receiving yards per game. 33 catches this year, 277 yards, 8.5 yards per reception, and 1 touchdown. Honestly, the Panthers didn't utilize them all that much. Bang! Niner for life, 62 with the 5. You're the man. We're $11 away from 300 and another shotgun. Then once we get there, we'll call it. We'll call it. We'll call it once we get to 300. We're 11 away. Niner for life just sent in the 5. Beer cheers. Appreciate it. Trace, you out there still? Could you get me a Coors Light? Because I know we're going to get there. Bang, bang, bang! El Tabone, 25 with the 20. We only have cold ones. That's fine. 2 from Michael with our tight end, left tackle, fullback. That's the crazy thing, too. I didn't even mention Kyle Juszczyk in this whole thing. Kyle Juszczyk as the lead blocker for Christian McCaffrey. Oftentimes, you just lose track of the fullback, man. He's also another weapon on this team. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, you're right. CMC can go wild with the weapons. And Kyle Juszczyk as the lead blocker. Shoot. Crazy. Crazy. More supers continue to pile in. Mike Murillo. How can Jimmy make this trade work? Does this really mean that Jimmy is good if he needs this many weapons to just be okay? I don't think that this move is made for Jimmy G. I think this move is made for the overall team, right? They understand that this offense is pretty average, pretty mundane, pretty stale, pretty stagnant. At least that's what the numbers show. They're middle of the pack in everything outside of rushing, in which they're 12th in the league. So maybe it does say something about Jimmy G. It's like, look, we know we have a limited quarterback. Let's just load up this offense and see what he can do to see if he can make it happen. And to see if that benefits him in terms of his vision throwing the football, but also running it. Honestly, for Jimmy G, he'll never have a loaded team, as loaded of a team as this. And for Kyle Shanahan, you got to make it work. Get in the kitchen, cook. Tabon, Tabone. Hopefully I pronounced it right. One of those 3 times. Appreciate you. You're a real one. Niner faithful from Hawaii. Hawaii, Hawaii, Hawaii. For CMC, for CMC, for CMC. $20 super chat. All love. Appreciate you. And because of that, we're shotgunning another beer. I kind of want to do a little Hawaiian dance one night. That'd be fun. Those parties look awesome as they're around the fire doing like the traditional heritage dances that are so true to the culture. I have to experience that. I've flown over Hawaii to go to Australia many times. I've never actually been to Hawaii. Rose the Chief. What up? Hawaii. 49ers, the faithful. Would you rather have Trey Lance or Zach Wilson? Trey Lance. I don't think Zach Wilson is very good. It's pretty telling that Denzel Mims wants out and now Elijah Moore wants out. What does that tell you? That the wide receivers aren't really involved in the pass game. They don't think much about Zach Wilson. Is this a bar from 16 Bar King? You got it. You got it.
16 Bar King, down since 80. OG faithful, babysat Tom Brady. Oh my God, that's dirty.
I like it. I like it.
Born since 80, OG faithful, babysat Tom Brady. Oh my God. Faith, oh dude, 16 Bar King, an absolute fucking bar.
Christian McCaffrey coming back to the Bay. I saw the Twitter noti. I said, hip, hip, hooray. Christian McCaffrey about to run it down your throat. You bring in Tom Brady, shit, now you got the GOAT. Let's go. 16 Bar King, return the fire. Return the fire.
Your move, 16 Bar King.
Your move, 16 Bar King. Your move. Another one coming in from Mike. Mike, you're tonight's MVP. Can you make Mike Murillo an L3? Mike Murillo, tonight's MVP. He sent in a bunch of super chats to keep the show going, and without him, probably wouldn't have gotten past $300 in soups. So our quarterback situation is shaky next year at best. I think so. All right, let's pull up Trey Lance's numbers here. Okay. It's shaky at best because of the level of inexperience that Trey Lance has, the lack of games that he's played, the fact that we don't know if he's a quality NFL starting caliber quarterback, and because of the injury. And now you're looking at Trey Lance. In 2018, he played 2 games. 2019, 16, so that's 18. And then 1 in 2020 in that COVID-shortened season. So 19 games played at North Dakota State. And he only has 4 NFL career starts. So we're talking about 23 games pretty much played at the NFL and college level going back to 2018. That is not ideal. He is a massive question mark, and we're not sure what he is. That's why I'm saying, look, you traded for McCaffrey. If you get close and you know that Jimmy Garoppolo can't get you over the top, bring in Tom Brady, baby, because he might want to come back home. His parents still live in San Mateo. They do. Mike Murillo, thank you for that. You're tonight's MVP, and because of that, you get a graphic. If you want to take down Mike as tonight's MVP, you got to send in a $50 super chat, because in total, he's about there right now. Matthew with the 5. With CMC and some of our defense returning, how do you feel now about Sunday's game? So CMC is going to be used sparingly. He was on the phone with Kyle Shanahan tonight. He's taking a flight to the Bay Area tomorrow. He's expected to be in action. He has a couple of days to at least glance and look at the playbook. I expect there to be... Oh my goodness. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Bang! Oh! 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 Ha! Oh! Ah! Oh!
Oh! Ah! Ruben San Francisco! $100 super chat. Wow. Coming back soon. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Hopefully you didn't forget about me. Never Rube. Now he's the MVP. If we could put him on that L3, Jeremy. Hopefully that drink is ready. Chat Sports Hall of Fame. Be back soon. Go Ruben Bocanegra. Chat Sports Hall of Fame on the L3, Jeremy. Hey, Rube, gonna shotgun a beer. Trace, if you want to do something, come on in here, boy. If you want to party a little bit. I know you're feeling some type of way about that loss for the Saints, but Ruben Bocanegra, Chat Sports Hall of Fame. Man, these things are just exploding everywhere. Ruben, this is a shotgun for you and for getting past 300. My goodness. Chance said, is this real? It is. Ruben, you're a Chat Sports Hall of Famer. How can we ever forget about Rube? Rube, 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 Rube. Also, Ruba. Let's go, Rube. Ruben Bocanegra, Chat Sports Hall of Famer. Let's go.
It's true because it says it at the bottom of the screen.
Yes, sir. It's official.
Tatum, the total 438 so far. Can we get to 500? Can we get to 500?
That is so cold.
We're $62 away. Can we get to 500?
62 from 500.
I think we can get there. I think we can get there.
Franklin Dean said, dopest live sports in the game. See, this is what we do. We went live for an hour, breaking it all down. Now it's time to welcome CMC to the Bay Area. Mike Murillo with another 2. And explain, sorry, I got to explain here. Why you see us playing through the playoffs. Or, who you see us playing through the playoffs. Look. Oh, Trace is coming on with a beer bong. A high noon bong, it looks like. So look, the NFC is wide open, and that's why I also like this deal is because the NFC is wide open. Like, the Philadelphia Eagles are the number 1 team in the NFC, and then after that, it's wide open. I don't believe in the Packers. I don't believe in the Bucks. I don't believe in the Vikings. I don't believe in the Cowboys. I don't believe in the New York Giants. The 49ers can beat the Philadelphia Eagles. They match up with their physicality. So in the NFC, this is why I like this move. You go all in, you take a risk, you take a big swing, and you help out a weak offensive unit that struggled up to this point, and you hope that you get a level of injection from Christian McCaffrey. And look, you can win this thing. So who do I see the Niners playing in the playoffs? Any of those teams, and they can beat any of those teams. Nice. Rube, you sent in the $100 super chat. We got a special guest. It's producer Trace. It's Trizzy Trace. Now, he's the producer and the host for Saints Now. They got beat by the Arizona Cardinals, a division rival. But F the Cardinals, that's why he's here. And because of Rube's super chat.
5'11", 215 pounds.
A high noon beer bong. You want to talk about being built different? This is it right here. Trace. Let's go! Always a real one. Always a real one.
He's Super Saint!
Let's go. He is the Super Saint. El Sainto. What was I going to say? Oh, can you go to that last super chat? Because he said go Rube. I just want to make sure. Oh, yeah, Mike Murillo. So many great quarterbacks come from California. They do. I mean, look, they get to play year-round. Unlike, other places in the country. They don't get to play year-round. So, quarterbacks from California. Look, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Josh Allen. All three of them from California. Right off the top of my head. Franklin! Let's go, Frankie! What up, Franklin? This will be good help to free up Debo. I agree. To be more of a pure wide receiver. I agree. I said that a little bit earlier. And still be a threat, no doubt. Honestly, Debo was able to be a threat because of the way that Mostert was running. Here's to a healthy run game, for sure. Look, and it also makes Debo a little bit more dangerous as a runner as well. I mean, shoot, you run an end around, you go split back, you go split eye, you go little pistol formation. Like, there are variations that you can use, Franklin, to free up Debo as a runner, or if you have him in the backfield and McCaffrey in the slot, opposing defenses see that look and they're like, well, wait, what are we going to do here? Because right now, when Debo's in the backfield, you know he's going to run the football. Defenses know what's coming. They're going to stack the box. Now, occasionally, Kyle Shanahan has sent him out on a wheel route and done stuff like that, but they don't have a Christian McCaffrey to utilize that, or they didn't. Now they do. Franklin, thank you for that 20. Michael, $2. Rube came out of nowhere. Who's better, Henry or CMC? You talking about Derrick Henry? I mean, two completely different running backs. Derrick Henry might be the best pure runner that I've seen over the last 10 to 15 years.
Like a modern-day Earl Campbell.
He's like a modern-day Earl Campbell. That's good. Or Bo Jackson before he got hurt. Like, the dude is just different. He's so big at 260, and he runs so fast. But McCaffrey is more of a finesse back, and he's a much better receiver than he is, than Derrick Henry is. So they're two different players. Like, Henry's a better runner. He's a better overall running back. McCaffrey, I think, might be the more versatile and better all-around weapon. Mike Murillo, steady with the twos. Deuce money, Mike. How much will the trade change our playbook? I think it's going to change it to a certain degree. I'm hoping that Kyle Shanahan is able to really get creative with how he utilizes Christian McCaffrey. Mike sent in another one. Changes you expect on offense now with CMC. So, a couple, right? You think about it. I mean, obviously, McCaffrey is going to be your go-to running back. He's going to be your number one. Less carries now for Jeff Wilson. And then when Elijah Mitchell comes back, even less carries for Jeff Wilson. But Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, Jeff Wilson, That's a pretty good 1-2-3 punch at that running back spot. I understand that running backs get injured so much under head coach Kyle Shanahan, but in terms of the complexities of the offense, you can utilize McCaffrey out of the slot. Shoot, you could put him out wide, and then you can run him in between the tackles. You can run him outside of the tackles. I think off the play action game, now defenses have to further keep in mind what the Niners want to do on the play action game, because now they're more of a threat to throw the football downfield and run the football. So I really think this adds just a completely different dimension to this Niners offense and just gives them that spark. It gives them more creativity and in turn makes them a little bit less predictable. Those are my thoughts on that. So Mike, thank you for that. I think we're caught up on Super Chats, by the way. We're at 466. Oh, nope. Explain said, let me explain this. You're staying live, homie. Explain. We'll get it up on the screen here. This is fun. This is fun. This is good stuff. CMC and Wildcat with Debo and company. I don't think you're going to run Wildcat. That's a gimmicky offensive scheme, honestly. Maybe in the goal line package that they're going to have drawn up for McCaffrey on Sunday. But long term, I don't want to see too much of that. But so the report is right now that McCaffrey is going to fly to Santa Clara, San Francisco tomorrow. And he's going to be in uniform on Sunday. And that's part of the cool thing about making this trade on a Thursday. He gets there Friday to be with the team. He's going to be with the team on Saturday. And then you have an afternoon game on Sunday. So he's going to be able to be somewhat acclimated. But in terms of him mastering the playbook, it's not going to happen. Now, the bye week's coming up, which will be great. And I also love how teams are getting more aggressive toward the NFL trade deadline. Absolutely awesome, by the way. But there's expected to be a goal line package for McCaffrey or a red zone package for McCaffrey this Sunday. And if that's the case, run a little Wildcat with CMC and Debo. That'd be awesome. I mean, Andy Reid always pulls rabbits out of his hat as they approach the goal line. Now it's time for Kyle Shanahan to do the same. And hopefully he does just that. Jakey. Hey, man, it's the comment section, dude. People can say whatever they want. This is an open forum here. We are $32 away from $500 in Super Chats. Mike with another 5. He continues to just lay the hammer. He's like, Niners country, let's mine. Mike Murillo, the OG for today, in addition to Ruben. Do you trust Jimmy's long ball at this new open field? He is known for his odd reads and picks. Don't you think our long ball needs some work? It does. Jimmy Garoppolo's never been a good deep ball thrower. I like how Kyle Shanahan has asked him to do that a little bit more this year. I think in turn that also makes the Niners offense a little bit more dangerous. And last week, while Jimmy Garoppolo didn't complete some of those balls, and while he's getting knocked for missing some of those deep throws early in the season, which is exactly what I talked about. Look, he had Charlie Warner on a dime. He had Ray McCloud. He had Brandon Ayuk. All of those plays went for 30-plus yards, and they didn't convert on any of them. You convert on all three, it's a completely different football game. Completely different football game. Momentum changes, the complexion and the feel of the game changes as well. But you miss out on those opportunities. That's how you go down to a team that you should beat in the Atlanta Falcons. Tech was there. I was trying to decipher that. $5. Good stuff. Beer cheers for that. Tech Whiz Eric. You're the Tech Whiz, homie. Good stuff by you. Good stuff, Tech Whiz. 49ers Adam, that's a good point. Look, bro, this is what Kyle wanted from McKinnon. Now, McKinnon wasn't this expensive. McCaffrey's a much better player than Jerick McKinnon. And we'll get to see McKinnon on Sunday. He's with the Chiefs now, playing pretty good football. But yes, Kyle wanted that from McKinnon. Now he gets it with a better player in Christian McCaffrey, who played very well in a loss against the Los Angeles Rams. Storm and Norman, 1993. People were just talking about Norman. Bars was just talking about Norman. Storm and Norman. Do the Niners have a chance this weekend? I'd say they have a chance. Yeah, I'd say they have a chance. The Kansas City Chiefs have been 3.5 point favorites all throughout this week. San Francisco can win this football game. If they play like they did against the Rams, they're one of the best teams in the NFL. If they play like they've played against the Bears, against the Broncos, and against the Falcons, they'll get dusted. They'll get dusted. They just haven't played consistently up to their level, but we know that the 49ers are a back half of the year type of team. They started 3-5 last year. They're in danger of doing that this year. Chiefs and Rams coming up. 16 bar king. Uh-oh. Another bar coming? No fire already lit. First place. No pull up to the pit. Or no pull to the pit. 16 bar king has been bringing the bars all night. We were doing some freestyle.
We freestyled last time.
We'll bring on producer Trizzy. You were doing some freestyling the other day on the Niners Report. 16 bar king, where were you? It's awesome to hear from you now. 16 bar king. He has that bling bling. Big dick energy, you call that the ding-a-ling. Trace.
You call it the ding-a-ling. He let that thing swing. He say cha-ching, and he got that bling. My man, 16 bar king, yeah, he's a real one. He subscribed, he likes, and he chats because he knows that's the deal, son. He said I like that C-Mac trade, and boy, that shit was a lot. Trey Lance, throw it downfield and hit the spot.
Hey!
That was
bars.
kind of shit,
bar
but whatever.
king. Now you got to respond. We've gone bar for bar with 16 bar king.
I love this.
He's
I
been
love
spitting
this.
bars.
You got to go back and forth with this guy.
16 bars.
16 bars. 16 bars. 16 bars.
Let's go.
Man, what a guy.
Foodie the Critic, $1. And just like that, we're 9 away from 500. 9 away from 500. Can you believe it? Foodie the Critic. Bang! Godzilla, my body is ready. What are you ready for? To take down some drinks? You ready? You ready for Sunday? Go through that fight? It's going to be a fight. G-Code. $2. Oh! Stevie Z gets us past 500. Let's go! G-Code. How will this offense look with Elijah and CMC together? Yo, you got Elijah Mitchell as a RB2 now. Once he comes back, of course. Elijah Mitchell might be the best number 2 running back in the NFL outside of Kareem Hunt. Those are facts. So, Elijah is not the pass-catching threat of Christian McCaffrey, but you could go split back, and you could have McCaffrey go out for a route, and Elijah be that run threat. That's really dangerous right there. Elijah Mitchell has that 4.4 speed, and then McCaffrey can literally line up all across the football field. Legit. So, that's how it could look. Steven, 10. Let's go. Bro, just wait till we're fully at health on the offensive line and defense. We'll be monsters. Everyone will talk about us. Love the show. Chase and the boys. Keep it up. We love you. We love you, Steven. What are we doing? We got to do something for 500. Something for 500. I've already shotgunned 3 beers. Shotgun another?
I like Matthias's comment. Kansas shitty. I'm not going to finish it.
We'll show it. Matthias.
We'll show it, but we're not going to read
Kansas shitty queefs. That's pretty
fuck
good.
it. We'll read it.
That's pretty good.
Fuck
That's
it.
pretty good. Steven, thank you, sir. No, thank you, man. Thank you for your donation.
Somebody said beer helmets.
Christ Soldier. Lineup CMC short, Debo medium, Ayuk deep. You also have George Kittle too. I mean, the variations. Think about it. Like, draw the plays in your head and just like go with the imaginary graphic, right? Of like boom, boom, boom.
Let's also discuss
boom,
like
boom, boom.
Not to
like the Niners could do all that with their route variation.
Not to mention the fact that Trey Lance is also mobile. He can
And Trey
also
Lance
he
next
can
year is
also
mobile.
run the ball too.
Yeah.
So if the play breaks down, he can still get yards with his legs.
Yeah.
The 49ers offense is scary. It is horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, with Trey, it would be next year.
Ah!
Mikey Murillo! Give him another L3. He's got an L3 in there. Just pop it up once again. Him and Ruben, the MVPs tonight. Mikey! Regardless of the quarterback situation, I want to see Purdy play, but you don't want to play him right now, in my opinion, because he doesn't give you the best chance to win. I think Jimmy G does. Anyway, I'll read the rest of this. It is a $10 super chat. I see him as a young Tom Brady. Brady's mind makes him great, not his athleticism. I want to say, give him a shot if Trey isn't our guy. I think it's a little bit too early to say that, Mike, but dude, I appreciate your opinion, man. You know, like the thing with Purdy where he's different from Tom Brady's like 6'4". Tom Brady got drafted by a Major League Baseball team. Like, he has a strong arm. Brock Purdy doesn't really have a strong arm. He's a two-sport athlete. Yeah, I think about the Yankees. It was late in the draft, but he did get drafted. So that goes to show you, like, Tom Brady, you might look at him and say, he is what he is. Like, pretty good athlete. Guy's a shortstop, really strong arm. Like, Tom Brady was a very good athlete back in the day, and he had better size than Brock Purdy. But yeah, I'm high on Brock Purdy. I just like him more so as a backup. He's better than Nick Mullins, and that's a compliment. Nick Mullins was setting records with the Niners. You know, through his first, 9 games, he had, like, more passing yards than Patrick Mahomes. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Foodie the Critic with 5. Foodie the Critic with 5. Send my dollar to Kyle. He's going to need it after he runs McAfee boy to the retirement home. If running him into the ground gets you a Super Bowl, I'm not even worried about the contract over the next couple of years, honestly. I'm not.
Fuck that money.
I'm not. F it. You know? Run him into the ground if that helps you win a ring. But honestly, in all seriousness, you don't have to run him into the ground because he can play wide receiver as well. I'm sure McCaffrey is so excited to get out of Carolina to come to the Niners. He has to be just elated. Ruben, Chat Sports Hall of Famer. Who do we need to win the Super Bowl minus Brady? Oh my gosh, the Super Chats are continuing to come in.
Super Chats, they keep them coming.
Super Chats, they keep them coming. Did Chugs leave? Oh, okay. Ruben, who do we need to win the Super Bowl minus Brady? You need a center. You might need a better right tackle than McGlinchey. He's like kind of average, solid, but average. If you want to upgrade there, you can. You might not be able to afford it, so you might not need to bring him back. Other than that, this roster, I can't find a question mark, other than center and quarterback. So this team, yeah, not a bad spot to be in. Not a bad spot to be in. Franklin Dean, never
Especially
seen the
having
beer
one of the more
helmet?
dominant defenses as well, on top of it all.
Yeah. Never seen the beer helmet. Shoot, Trace, go get it. We'll get it. We said that we'd get there for $1,000, but that was during our watch party super chat menu. We'll just do it now. Franklin Dean, Franklin Dean, Franklin Dean, Franklin Dean, Franklin Dean. Let's go. Super chats, they continue to come in. That's why we're staying live. I have a beer here that we can just put in there. Oh, shoot, we need 2, don't we, to make it work? But we need the... He's grabbing it? Cool. Yeah, because I remember we tried to do that on Sunday, but you need 2 beers to make, like, the filtration system work. 5:30. That's the beer helmet. I'll put it on. We'll do some work.
All right. Hey, shout out to everybody. All 394 of y'all that are watching right now. That's electric. I mean, it's what? 11, almost midnight in San Fran? Come on now. That's electric. The faithful never disappoints. The faithful never disappoints. We have some more super chats to get to, but we wanted to keep this one on because Franklin has never seen the beer helmet, and we're going to show it to him.
I got y'all, fam. The beer helmet is on. Thanks to Franklin.
Beer helmet is on. Cheers, fellas. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Lester says, I can't sleep when it's breaking Niners news. Facts. Facts. Chug, 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 chug. Franklin, you like this shit, man? You like that? You like that?
This thing is weird.
I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana, by the way. Born and raised in Long Beach, Cali. Franklin, I appreciate you watching, brother. Thank you for joining the stream
So that's
and
the
being
beer
a real
helmet.
one. That's the beer helmet, guys.
Be careful. Why, I wasn't trying to,
Michael sent in a $2 super chat. I'm so drunk. Thank you for making my night. Run CMC. Yes, sir. Love that shit, brother.
Run CMC.
Run CMC. Mike. Mike.
I'm going to run until we get another $5 super chat.
Mike.
I ran here tonight to go live, but this is for Run CMC. I got to run until we get another $5 super chat.
Opinions on our special teams currently.
Let's
While you're
go.
running. While you're running.
Run CMC. Welcome to the Bay, baby. Welcome to the Bay, Run CMC. I need a football.
You want me to grab
Go
one?
give me a
I got
football. Go give me a football. Run CMC. Welcome to the Bay. Got to burn the cows from the beers. Here we go. Oh, I'm catching it like CMC. Come on now. Run CMC.
Running it, running it, run it, running it, running it, run it, running it, running it, run it, running it, running it.
Jacob
Ayo.
Udavina, Franklin.
There
Dean.
you go,
All right, I can
16
stop
bar
running.
king.
There we go.
Tuck your chain in. I'm coming. Debo took your bike now. You running.
Hey.
You running.
So let me
Bro.
read this here. Tuck your chain in, I'm coming. Debo took your bike, now you running. He does ride a bike. That's
Dude,
That's
that is
here.
bars.
That's bars.
That's fucking bars.
that's bars.
16 bar king is not the bar king. He's the bar god.
16 bar
He's-
king with the bars. He's talking about Debo's bike because he don't own a car.
Hey, he don't own a car.
I was just running. I was running really far.
He's running really far because his name is Chase Sr. And he's a real one, and his name ain't Shane Beamer.
Wide receiver gloves, they're sticky like tar.
They're sticky like that.
Everybody go streaking.
Oh, my God. Ruben,
That
got
is
you,
so
bro.
Good. Ruben with the 5. Got you, bro, night. I kind of enjoyed running. I had to burn some cows off the beers. You know? Oh, man.
Ruben's a real one. He's an absolute legend. And Mike is back.
Mike is back.
Mike said, hold my beer.
Mike is back.
I'm back.
Give him that L3. Mikey Murillo, besides Trey, in your opinion, what other injury is detrimental to our team long term? What injury would set us back this year? Keep the bars coming. I'd say Nick Bosa. If Nick Bosa was out, I mean, you saw his impact last week and him not being on the field last week. Like, not having Nick Bosa, yes, you were basically without your entire first-string defensive line. But when he's out, like, 2 offensive linemen are always looking at him. 2 offensive linemen are always trying to shade toward Nick Bosa because he is just that good and that much of a threat to change, alter, and wreck a game. So I'd say Nick Bosa, if you were to go out, it would not be good for this team. It would not be good. Now, they can supplement that with really good defensive line depth, but Nick Bosa is one of one. He's just a completely unique cat. Rose, once again, Rose, you've sent in a lot of soups, bro. You're also an MVP today. Who will replace George Kittle? Well, he's still on the team, still under contract. We're signing that deal in, 2019? Charlie Warner not, because he dropped that ball from Jimmy Garoppolo last week that was right here on the money, in between the seams, could have changed the game.
Jimmy
Brutal.
Warner catch the ball, not.
Yeah. Charlie Warner catch the ball. Not.
Catch the ball, not.
So I think when that time does come, then you just draft a guy. You just draft a guy at that point. That's what I think. He not catch ball, not Charlie Warner, not.
Gonna catch ball, not. Trey Lance, king of the castle, king of the castle.
Borat is just legendary stuff.
Trey Lance has a chair. Trey Lance has a chair. Can we hit 600? Can we hit 600? They said we couldn't do it. The bosses literally just slacked us and said we weren't going to hit 600.
This was like,
Well, Franklin said, hold my fucking beer.
45 minutes ago, I was like, if we get to 300, I'll shotgun. I shotgun. I didn't know if we were going to get to 300. And now we're closing in on 600.
F it.
We're
600.
48 away.
600.
48 away.
1 a.m. in 6 minutes out here.
Franklin Dean with 5. 1 a.m. in 6 minutes out here. Do you agree we should have went for offensive line in the draft instead of Trey? I'm a Trey fan, but offensive line makes the offense, in my opinion. Outside of quarterback, I'd say left tackle and edge rusher, 2 most important positions on the football field. And I don't know about the Trey draft. I'd say this draft. Drake Jackson has worked out. He leads all rookies in sacks this year, ahead of Aiden Hutchinson. So, and Trayvon Walker. But, look, later in the draft, middle round of the draft, you didn't go center? There were good centers to be had. 2 years ago, you went Aaron Banks instead of some really good centers. That's my problem. My problem was not trying to get quarterback right. Again, I like organizations that are aggressive. My problem is not using your picks right, especially when you knew probably that Alex Mack was going to retire. Shoot, Alex, come back, man. Put on some weight and come back for the stretch run. Christian McCaffrey's here. Michael, 2, underrated bar from 16 Bar, King referencing Friday. Yes, he's been bringing the bars all night. He's been bringing the bars all night. Yeah. Straight bars, call him Xanax. That was good. That was from Jeremy. That was a bar from Chugs. All right. No more super chats. 1 minute. 1 minute to get your super chats in. We're $46 away from 600. I said that we would stop at 5, but they kept coming in. They just kept coming in. Do not come. Do not come. I'm going to come. Legendary clip. If you don't send in a super chat, producer Jeremy and Oh! Foodie the Critic gets us 26 away. No way. Hip, hip, hooray. Yay. Foodie the Critic with 20. Recipe for the Niners to win the Super Bowl. Kyle can be unpredictable play calling, play action on first down, Jimmy no picks, more counters using fullback, defense guard the deep ball, limit penalties, stay healthy, go Niners. Go Niners. San Francisco. All right, good stuff there, Foodie. Not only are you a food extraordinaire, but you're also a football extraordinaire. So unpredictable play calling obviously is beneficial. Play action on first down is always good, especially when you get that ground game humming. Because let's say you pick up a first down with McCaffrey, you go play action on that first down, they're expecting run, you hit that shot play downfield to Ayuk, Debo, whoever. George Kittle, hopefully at some point this year. Jimmy no picks is really the huge thing for me. When you lose the turnover battle in the NFL, you lose 80% of your games. So if you don't turn the rock over, especially in inopportune times, in inopportune situations, especially when the going gets tough, when the game gets tight, then that's huge. More counters using fullback. Yo, Kyle Juszczyk, lead fullback for Christian McCaffrey. Gimme. Gimme. Gimme, gimme. 20 twin foodie from Franklin Dean. Baby Cakes 420 still hanging out. David Corona. What up, man? We've been live for like 2 hours. Awesome to hear from you again. I almost brought in a Corona for David Corona, and then I didn't. $26, I'll chug a Corona, then we're done. $26, I'll chug a Corona for David Corona, then I'm done. That's what we'll do. Ruben said here, still up. He said he was going to bed. Rube, the OG Chat Sports Hall of Famer, is still here. David Corona said right on. Make David Corona's day and let's chug a Corona. $26 away from 600. Oh! Oh! We're one away! One away! Then we have to sign off. Go get me the Corona. The bottle opener is in the drawer. Baby Cakes 420, blaze up, Chase. I wish we could. Ruben trying. Oh, man, this is legendary. Mikey Murillo. Did we get that Franklin Dean one, or is that next? Next. Mike Murillo with the 5. That gets us past. Oh! Honcho! 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 Let's go! Mike Murillo, let's read this. Which team is going to make the 49ers change up their game completely? What can we expect from KC? Chris Jones against Jake Brendel terrifies me. Their defensive line is really good. Their secondary is solid. Obviously, offense is really where I'm concerned about KC. Which team can really alter and change the game against the Niners in terms of their defense is what I'm guessing you're asking, Mike, the MVP, one of the MVPs for today's show. They play some good squads. They play the Bucks. They play the Chargers. They play the Dolphins. Obviously, the Chiefs and the Rams. 2 games against the Cards. Booty! Now we're closing in on 700. Are we going to fuck around and get to 1,000? Oh, my gosh. We're at 650 now. So, Mike, that's my answer for you on that front. Franklin Dean, 20. Is it time to start looking for a new head coach? And sometimes I feel D'Amico still using Salah's old playbook. I don't think that D'Amico should be a concern at all. D'Amico is a stud. D'Amico's going to be a head coach. If anything, if you were to fire Kyle Shanahan, I don't like going defense in terms of a head coach, but the lone exception could be D'Amico Ryans because I think he has it as a head coach, the makeup, culture builder, players like him. I think his defensive scheme is fantastic. See you, Trezzy. Appreciate you, brother. Look, we'll see after this year, Franklin. If Kyle Shanahan can't get this offense to work with all of these weapons, I understand the quarterback is mediocre, then I have some serious problems. Michael with 2. If we get 600, we win in it. Well, we just did, Michael. Winning the Super Bowl, F Cup, F Stafford. Let's go! And we got there because of Mike Huncho. 99 cents from Joshua. You're the man. All donations greatly appreciated. G-code, POV. Will the 49ers extend Kinlaw's 5th-year option? I don't think he does. I don't think they will because that knee has been a problem since South Carolina, and it still is if he produces Solomon Thomas numbers next year, or do you think that he can get DeForest Buckner's numbers if he gets a 5th year? Look, I like the player. I like the physicality. The dude is built in a very unique way. You see him and you're like, that dude is different. That dude is a physical specimen. The knee ain't holding up. And if the knee can't hold up, case closed. Foodie the Critic, 20. Chug that mofo. Bang! Bang! Niner gang. Ruben with another 10. Now we're at 657. Easy 9. I need Chase to get louder. Jakey, the show stays lit. Okay, for real, good night from Ruben. Ruben signing off with the 10. My guy, Chat Sports Hall of Famer. Oh! I'm dead. I'm dead. Joshua! Joshua! That gets us past 700. Oh my goodness. We didn't even read Ruben's. Oh, here it is. Night Owl, stay up. Ever thought had a Chat Sports longest live? Mitch went live for hours after the Devontae Adams trade. We're not going to beat that, I don't think. Just curious. Think it would come up to the Niners or Raiders report. I see what you said there. Yeah, Niners and Raiders are probably up there for the 2 longest streams, for sure. Joshua with the hammer. An absolute hammer. Let's effing go. Can't believe you're still alive. CMC just as pumped as Chase Sr. 99 cents was a mistake. My bad. Oh! No way. 760. Oh. Yep. Chugs is going to take a shot of Fireball. L. T-Bone. Shots on me. Bang, bang. Oh, my goodness. The Corona for David Corona and $700 in Super Chats. Mike Concho, we different around here. Facts. Facts. Ruben, oh my gosh, I'm not getting any sleep. Everybody, shot, 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 chuggy.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Christian McCaffrey, welcome to the Bay. Unbelievable. Shivraj, I'm taking a shot with y'all. Everybody. Are we about to fuck around and get to 1,000? Mike Murillo with 2. Tell the bosses not to doubt the faithful. Never. They know. It's our 3rd largest channel here at Chat Sports. 240 away from 1,000, by the way. Rube, you staying up? Oh, my gosh. I don't even know if I can drink anymore. We get to 1,000, I'll shotgun. This is just absurd. Cheers, guys, from Wild Child. Bosses thought they were going to sleep. We ain't sleeping. We ain't sleeping. It's 1 a.m. Central. I can't believe it's this late already. Wow. What a night. Christian McCaffrey is a 49er. Stay healthy. Stay healthy, Christian. Stay healthy, Christian. Take us to the promised land. The quest for 6. Christian. Let's help the Niners get there. David Corona, thank you, my guy. Always tuned in on YouTube and calling, my homie. All right, the Super Chats won't stop. Explain with the 2, I ain't complaining. Aren't y'all glad I got that buzzer beater? We almost signed off. We almost signed off Explain. And that was at like 400. Explain, thank you. VV Focus, somebody has to pee. I'm actually okay right now, luckily. David Sanchez, he's drunk AF. I'm actually okay. I'm not that bad. You know, sometimes you just got to be built different. Just got to be a tank. Water, just got to drink some water. Haven't had any of that in a little while. All right, 1 minute, shot clock is on. 240 away from 1,000. I'm not saying we need to get there in a minute, but if we get any more Super Chats in a minute, we'll stay live. 240 away from 1,000. I never thought that we'd get there. Renee Cruz, diehard Niner. Mike, another 2. We reset the shot clock. Don't drive. Be safe. I'm out. See y'all. Game night. Hey, we'll see you Sunday, Mike. Thank you so much for watching the show, my brother. Thank you for all your Super Chats. Let's give him the L3 one more time, Chugs, if we can. I'm not driving. Don't worry. I ran here, and I will walk home. Maybe even I'll run home to burn some cows. Thank you, Mike. One of tonight's MVPs in addition to Ruben. And then also L, Tabon, and Joshua Olmstead, tonight's MVPs. LFG. All right, 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Wrestle Kingdom. He's peacing out. Jakey, peace. Get your Uber ready, wild child. I'm walking. Michael, me as in Mike, you too, MVP. Mike Huncho, you MVP. Everybody tuning in, MVP, as we're approaching 15,000 people live throughout the show tonight. Last call. Oh, Joshua, right before the bell. It was legit at 1 minute. Joshua, when do you think that the CMC jerseys will be ready? Probably as soon as the jersey number is decided, because Jeff Wilson rocks 22. Let me check right now. I doubt it's available right now. I'm searching it. See, a jersey number, I imagine, will have to be decided. He also rocked 5 at Stanford, but Trey Lance has 5. So Jeff Wilson has 22, and Trey Lance has 5. I wonder where he goes next. 44 is Chugs' recommendation. Just double up. You could go 10. I don't think anybody is 10 off the top of my head. All right. Yeah, so soon, Josh. G-code POV, $2. It's a good question here. And Michael, I see you as well. What's on the 49ers players' mentality on this trade? I'm sure they're pumped up because the front office has now showed faith and confidence that they believe that this team can do it all. And I'm sure that the organization and the roster feels that way as well, right? The roster is looking at this team, and they're like, yo, we got all pros everywhere. Trent Williams, Debo, Christian McCaffrey was a former All-Pro. Brandon Ayuk is a Pro Bowl caliber player. Kyle Juszczyk is the best fullback in the game. Trent Williams, the best left tackle. Fred Warner, best linebacker. Nick Bosa, best edge. Like, this team is stacked. So they're seeing it, and they're like, yo, organization is showing faith in us. Now it's time for us to rise up to the occasion. Michael, too, I feel like Christian will get hurt less with the Niners. I hope so. I mean, my gosh. So many backs have gotten injured under Kyle Shanahan. Like, hopefully McCaffrey will be okay. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Foodie the Critic, 20. Fans may be chanting, Debo, whoa, McCaffrey, Debo, whoa, McCaffrey, We're 190 away from 1,000. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Shout out girlfriend Kira for watching the show. Appreciate you, Kira. Love you, Kira. Can't wait to see you. Let's go. Wow. 190 away. 1 minute shot clock is going back on. Bro, what's the money count at from Steven? 809. We're at 809, so we're 190 away from 1,000. I never envisioned this. This has been nuts. Kira should donate next. David Sanchez, that's funny. Kyra, by the way. Everybody type Kira. Kira. I'll type it first. Kira. Joshua Olmstead, number 87, like his dad. Can't wear that as an RB, though. Ed McCaffrey did rock number 87. 800 on Thursday. Hell yeah! Love it. Franklin Dean with the deuce. Shout out to the girlfriend. Shout out, bro. Respect. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. I'm going to put the 1-minute shot clock on. Franklin Dean. Yep, still here. Ruben! 8:31. I think we're going to fuck around and get a K. Ruben, y'all ain't getting no sleep. You know what? I'll be running in the morning, though. Facts. I'll be going on a run in the morning. Then get Kira at the airport. Y'all ain't getting no sleep. Hopefully not mad, but what that Bosa contract looked like with the CMC edition, still got to pay him. I still think the Niners will pay him. It could be an Aaron Donald level contract, $25, $30 million per year. If the Niners don't pay it, another team will. Because Nick Bosa, in my opinion, when it comes to the art of pass rushing, Nick Bosa is the best in the league. With the way that he takes care of his body, with the way that he goes about his craft, with the way that he goes about his pass rushing moves, I think that Nick Bosa is the best edge in the league, and he should demand all that money. Honcho! 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 Franklin Dean, Ruben, can I follow you, bro, just for the positive vibes? Hey, if we get to 1,000, McCaffrey will stay healthy this year. Mike Concho, 20, we different for 1K. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Mike Concho. Honcho, 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 Honcho. Debo, whoa. Debo, whoa. How's that video doing, by the way? I got to look. We put out a video that we did so long ago about the reaction to the McCaffrey trade. We've been live for, how long have we been live for? Let's see. 2.5 hours. Talk about being built different. Let's go. Your computer died? Oh no. What does that mean? I have my charger here. Do you have a Mac? Okay, I was going to say. Okay, all right, we'll do. All right, bet. 150 away from 1,000. 150 away from 1,000. You still remember that throw chase? You can still throw it that far from Rube? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Watch this. Threw it to Jeremy. Throw it back. Yeah, I can still sling it about 50. If I went out there right now, I'd throw a 50. Mess around, throw 50 yards. Felix, faithful, facts. Of course I remember that, Rube. That was draft night, man. That was a crazy live show as well. It didn't get this crazy. It got crazy, though. Mike Concha, red and gold till I'm dead and cold. All right. We're putting the shot clock on again. 1 minute. 1 minute left to get any super chats. We're 150 away from 1,000. Can we fuck around and get a K? 1 minute on the clock. Oh! Stevie! 50! We're 99 away! Steve! 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 Put this in the CMC better play jar. Revenge for the 2019 Super Bowl would be so much sweeter. Bang! Bang! Niner gang! Revenge would be sweet. Kyle Shanahan 0-2 against the Chiefs in his career. Chase should be Dr. Disrespect for Halloween from G-Bone. That's a pretty good Halloween costume. Stay tuned for our watch party on Sunday. Y'all can pick my Halloween costume. We're going to do that. Ruben, sheet. Fuck that sleep. We up. Yep. 1:18 a.m. here in Dallas. 97 away from 1,000. G-code. Was Mike Shanahan a big part on this trade for CMC? You know what's funny? Kyle Shanahan was Christian McCaffrey's babysitter back in the day. Think about that. When Ed McCaffrey, Christian's father, played for the Denver Broncos, and Mike Shanahan, Kyle's father, was the head coach of the Denver Broncos. So they've known each other for a really long time. And pretty funny that now they link up once again. Mike Concho, smoke a bowl. Wish we could. David Corona, you have a great night. Have to go to sleep. Peace, Corona. Can we get 100? Shot clock is on. 2 minutes to get to 100. 2 minutes to get 100 to get to 1,000. Michael starts it off with 2. Can we get to 1,000 in 2 minutes? We do have to get some sleep at some point. But F it, like Ruben said. 2 minutes, can we get to 1,000? Oh! We did! L! T-Bone! 25! No way! Oh my gosh! Yes! L! Let's go Niner fam! Beat them Chiefs! Beat them Chiefs! Beat them Chiefs! Or beat KC! Beat KC! Beat KC! Beat KC! It's in the drawer where the silverware is. Oh my gosh. We got there. I can stop the shot clock. We're signing off after this. I'm chugging a Corona, then we're done. Ruben, chug, not too late. I will. Mike Concho smoking that. Smoking that KC pack. Just sign off. He did it, Joshua. Got to chug a beer, man. Cameron Zawicki. Oh, my gosh. Angel, where's Ray Sanchez? Probably sleeping. It's late. Hey, to everybody who tuned in. Franklin Dean, yo, this night was so worth it. Niner gang broke. Here, gonna have her a great night. Oh, she'll be flying in tomorrow. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Congrats, man. The faithful came through. Best stream. Appreciate it, brother. What's the Chat Sports record from David Sanchez? $10,000 on the Raiders report. I'm not even kidding. When they traded for Devontae Adams, $10,000 in Super Chats. But Russell, you make a good point. All-timer for the channel. It's one that we will remember forever. It's the CMC night. L, thank you. We're signing off after this chug. I know, Chunk. You've been watching all along. Holy shit, he said. Hold up, let me pull it back up. Holy shit, you almost cut it off at 3 bills. Epic. Salute. Bang, bang. We did. Because, look, all I wanted to do, I ran to the office to give you all the breaking news, and I was like, this is fine. All I wanted to do was talk about the breaking news. And then it turned out to be an epic night. Angel with 5. 7-hour stream for Devontae Adams. Holy shit, yes. Dude, if you looked at it, if it was more than 7 hours, that wouldn't have surprised me. But let's see. That news happened around 6. And I came back at 2 a.m. And they were already live for 2 hours because of not Kenyon Drake. It was a running back, I think. Some running back news. Amir Abdul, I think it was. So he started at 6, and he went to, honestly, 3 or 4. So that's longer than 7 hours, right? 6 to 10 is 4, to midnight is 6, to 2 is 8. Yeah, he went live for more than that. It was more than 7 hours. 7 hours, 5 minutes. Wrestle Kingdom, I think you're looking at the video. Then you're right. Bro, tell us about some merch. You want to go into that Fanatic sheet on Niners? We got some San Francisco and Real Ones gear. Chugs. Fanatic sheet. If you just go to straight Fanatic sheet. Oh, shit. You don't have your laptop. I'll do it. Hold on. I'll chug the beer in a sec. We'll tell you about the merch. I totally forgot about your laptop. Chugs' laptop died because we've been live for so long, and he was on Raiders. So hold on. We got you on some merch. Give me a sec. We got you on some merch. Some San Francisco shirts. And some Real One shirts. Just give me a moment. If y'all get some merch, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. That further supports the show. On top of the suits. So hold on. We got to move some graphics over here. All right. Give me one more moment. Tell you about that merch. So we have Real One shirts, because if you're watching right now, if you've super chatted, if you're subscribed, if you comment, you like the videos, you're all a Real One. And then we also have some San Francisco shirts. Just give it a moment for our graphics to reset. In the meantime, 1,000 in super chats. Here are Real One shirts. You can get it in black. That's the Niners font, by the way. That's why it is like it is. Chatsports.com/Real149. I can put that link in the chat here in a sec. Give me one moment. Chatsports.com/Real149. You can get yourself some merch. Spamming it in the chat right now. And then we also have some San Francisco shirts as well. And I'll throw that link in the chat as well. That's just chatsports.com/SF. Where'd that go? There we go. Chatsports.com/SF. Those shirts available also in red and black. We set these out during the playoff run last year. People were buying these all across the world. Australia, Ireland, all across America. Shit. Wrong link. Hold on. Uranus. Chatsports.com/SF. Boss tomorrow morning. Why are you late? Me. Get out of here. We got McCaffrey. Luckily, I'm not working tomorrow. The schedule during the football season, Sunday to Thursday. So this is my Friday night. I wouldn't have wanted to spend it with anybody else but the faithful. You're getting a haircut at 8, Jeremy? Shit. I got to get a haircut tomorrow too, but I don't know if I'm going to get that done. Not that early. All right. For 1,000, I'm chugging, and then we're signing off. It's cold. Just like this Niners offense is going to be with Christian McCaffrey. Appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. We went live for 3 hours, all for y'all. We hit you with the news. We hit you with the analysis. We hit you with the breaking news. And then we had a little party to celebrate. That's what we do. We work hard. We grind. We hustle. We like to have fun as well with the faithful. Appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. Keep it locked for more coverage. If you missed our breakdown of the McCaffrey trade, all of the details and our reaction, it's already on the channel. We'll catch you next time. Yo, for real, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are the best. And one time, San Francisco!